Billy.
Hi. Hello. And welcome to the Partner Panel. Okay.
Should always support.
All right. I do think harsh. J-Pie warning, maybe. I'm pretty sure they can hear us. Yeah. Wait. Why can I hear? Oh, I'm a dummy. I got the stream pulled up and with volume. All right. We're chilling.
Why can I hear myself?
Yeah. I was like, yo, I hear myself.
J-Pie warning.
Yeah, like, yo, some fuckery is going on right now. Oh, bro.
For some reason, you didn't. Oh.
J-Pie warning for the J-Pie warning.
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
It's offline.
No, we're under muted. BT
we're
dubs.
under muted, so
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. Keep that muted. Cool.
All right, we're going, people.
Let's
Okay. Oh, so welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Fault Partner Panel. Now, we do have several different things to talk about here. We're going to talk about a couple of different items that have been announced. I really do want to focus as to how these items have been announced and so on and so forth. We'll go through there, right? Fault also did announce an AI kind of teaser video, I guess we could call it. We'll go more into depth here in a little bit. Yeah, like it's other sorts, right? Like they kind of showed people through the ropes. So we'll go more into detail on that side in a moment. But first, before we actually go into it all, let's introduce the cast that we have here today. We do have, of course, Bearded. We have 14 times and Menace. If we could go in reverse order, starting with Menace, introduce yourself to everybody. Say what's up. Do your quick little plug if you want to. No shame. Tell everybody what's up.
Hey, what's going on? Fall community. I'm X856 Menace. I've been on the partner panel a couple times. Started off playing Fault from Epic in the very beginning. And here I am
Paragon.
Now. Paragon, I guess you could say, from the very beginning. And here I am now playing with these guys, keeping me engaged in the game. And I appreciate you for letting me come back, Bearded.
Hey, not a problem.
First time guest, name's 14 times. Twitch is also your 14_times. Played Paragon back in the day. I joined back when Severog was announced, played ever since. Didn't really keep up with the Paragon stuff afterwards. Then it was the Christmas release date for Fault. I got in on that and I was just hooked. And I am also a part of FHN. So if you need anything in there, let me know.
FHN is what?
Fault Hub Network.
There we go.
Kenny, what are you doing?
You got him. He's like, what's FHN? Want to enlighten all of us, homie?
All right.
My cat is literally eating my sub that I have set aside.
Oh, nah, but that cat's got to go.
That's not
That
getting
is
stacks.
going under my monitor now.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I am the Bearded Wolverine, your Michigan Wonder, the Big Ten East champions. Go blue. All right. We beat Ohio State last week. We're going for the championship this week, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Hope to see you all there. No. Let's go. Fall partner. Sorry, guys. Very excited. Fall partner.
I can't with you, bro.
Love being here. Love doing these shows. And I have to ask you though, 14 times, your other cat, his name is Sev. Did you change his name after Sev was released for Paragon, or?
No, so I've only had him for a little over a year. My exes had cats, so I'm like, hey, I'm single and lonely now. I need a cat.
Okay.
So I got him and named him Sev.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. That is not what I would have said. I'm single and lonely now. I need a cat. That is not. Those words would have never come out of my mouth. I'm single and lonely now. Guess I'm not coming home for 3 days.
I shouldn't say that much.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
We've got
Wait a minute.
Flipper in here.
Whoa.
You know what?
here.
You're in here. Introduce yourself. You might as well, bro. Like,
We can't hear him. His got no audio.
oh, yo, leave it to Ed to jump in last second and hasn't got his audio figured out. No.
He's the IT guy in the background.
I didn't even think he was gonna be here because he's got stuff he's got going on. I'm like, all right, no big deal.
Now he muted himself.
All right.
He's muted.
All right. So in a moment, we'll let Ed introduce himself, right?
Why would we for Ed, like,
Yeah.
so?
Yeah. So what's up, guys? I'm Windu, aka WinduTheMace. I do content from everything from strategy, racing games, and MOBAs. And we are here predominantly to talk about fall, right? We do these weekly episodes in order to not only catch the community up, but kind of sit here and ponder a bit. Let's theory craft. Let's talk about what Strange Matters as a company has done right, what they could improve on. We always give constructive criticism and such, right? So one of the first things that I actually want to dive deep into is going to be we're going to touch on a little bit from what we talked about last week. And for those of you that weren't here, last week we mentioned that Strange Matters posted 6 items on their Twitter. They let people know, and they say, and I'll put it up on here for everybody watching video wise. They mentioned we've handpicked 6 new items coming with our patch on December 10th. Which one would you like to know more about? Basically asking people to comment and vote. You know, they got couple comments in there, a little bit of interaction. That's always a good thing, right? And as the week went on, we've gotten a couple of these. So we're actually going to go through those, right? I kind of want to ask, before we go into what they've shown us so far, what did you guys think about the fact that they showed us the most requested, and then a few days later, they're showing us a second most requested? A few days later, they're showing us a third most requested, kind of like in descending order. What do you guys think about that?
Well,
I didn't even know there was a poll.
The blue one wasn't even a third most requested. It literally just said that, hey, we can't let the ADCs have all the fun. And then to show the mages. So it kind of was to show a little difference, because the third most requested could have been the, you know, like Cyber there says they wanted to see the gun. So it could have been the gun, which would be another ADC item most likely. So, but yeah, the first 2 were definitely in descending order. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because it still just gives us more content. It really gives us a little more insight. It gives us time, you know, something to kind of keep that hype rolling for 14, because they did announce the date for 14 a while back, you know, and then it feels like, okay, the hype for that announcement was up there. Like, oh, we're getting 14. And it's like, hey, 14 is December 10th. And it's like,
I'm already here though.
so then you get that. So then you're going for that, and it's okay, but this is something to kind of keep that little, you know, ride that wave. You know, we're going to keep it going all the way to the 10th, and that's something that's nice. So I'm actually excited for these, and I'm glad we're finally going to get to see what they all are.
True. 14 Menace, did you guys have any ideas? I see Ed is now unmuted and is in a beach somewhere. Can you say something, Ed? Oh, okay.
This is the actual North Dakota setting.
Shoreline?
This is what it looks like here. This is just windows behind me. So
is that what, is that the Canadian border that we're looking at?
Yeah, that's Candyland out there. Syrup season's right around the corner too.
He said that's a Canadian palm tree. I just want you to know.
Yeah. Fun fact, my dog is allergic to palm trees. So Lilo, I'm gonna need you to stay indoors, please. Thank you.
Thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's weird.
All right, so before we go deeper into it, Ed, you want to introduce yourself? Tell people who you are, throw your plugs in.
I'm just a clown. I struggle with everything with electronics. That's about it. I don't know. I'm one of the partners too. Just an actual meme. Big hops guy. So, yeah.
How many hops did you have to get a hat like that?
7.
He said 7.
A low bar.
Yeah.
Hey man. Shout out to Ed. for rocking that. I'm just throwing it out there, bro. Like it started off as a meme, right? Because he was literally just asking for a hat, right? And anybody that knows Ed knows how long he's been asking for a hat, right? And those of you that know the situation will understand.
Right.
But it was like, yo, he asking for a hat. I was like, bro, I could hook you up with a hat. Hey, if you really want a hat that bad.
So Ed, you really need to either not be on the partner panel right now and go enjoy that beach and get rid of that whiteness, or turn the brightness down on your light. Whatever you got to do,
dude. My life cycle in the summer even is burn, peel, repeat. It does not matter on how much time I spend in the sun.
I think for a man with a boat would have a lot more of a tan line going on. Right now.
I'm on the pontoon 8 days a week in the summer, and it still doesn't help.
All right. Well, welcome,
all right, so
I'm glad you're able to be here.
Thank you.
Welcome, homie. So back to the subject that we were kind of mentioning before Ed got his online life together.
Yeah.
So as far as 14, Menace, and Ed, how do you guys feel about them grabbing a poll for items and then just releasing that information as the week goes on? And we can assume probably over the next week they're going to release probably the next the rest of the items that they haven't announced, all their stats and stuff, but more of a descending order is what I'm assuming. How do you guys feel about that whole strategy that they did?
I didn't even catch that they were doing a vote on which one they wanted to pique interest with. I just saw, oh, hey, we've got concept art for these 6 new items. Check it out. I'm like, oh, cool. And then they started releasing information for those items. I'm like, oh, theory food.
Mm-hmm. True.
No.
I thought this practice is something that should have been done a long time ago. Now they started off with a picture with 6 squares and the items in it, and now they're able to every now and then pull up one item and show its detail. In a sense, it still gives us something new without being too new, but then again, it buys them time to plan out future stuff and stuff like that. So being able to keep us engaged with one picture this many times is something that I like versus, just a post and then not hear nothing for X amount of time. So I thought it was pretty neat.
I thought Menace nailed it there exactly. Is one picture doing a bunch of jobs there, because I think it's good that they have 6 different options. We, the community, voted on which ones we liked the most, which ones we wanted to see the most, and then they're just going down the ascending order. So I mean, obviously we're probably going to know the other 3 or 4 until up to the 10th, but they'll probably give us one more. In my opinion, they'll give us one more before the dev stream, and then they're going to go over everything. And who knows, there might even be some other items or whatever the case may be in that dev stream as well that we don't know of yet, or the community doesn't know yet. Some reworks or whatever the case may be,
True. Now I'll be real.
Trees.
Yeah, it's the palm trees, bro. She can smell them. Lilo's adorable, bro. But no, my thing on it is, I was originally against it because they're post specific and said which one would you like to know about now, right? Almost indicating we're only going to tell you about one of these. But considering that they're basically taking all that data and releasing them slowly, just to kind of let people know what's going on. And actually, to both Ed's and Beard's point, it could be ascending, could be descending. At this point, we're not 100% sure, right? We just know that they released 3 of those items and their information. But I will say that I'm glad that they're not just giving us that one item.
Yeah.
I'm A-okay with a strategy like this if they're slowly going to do all 6 of the items every 2 to 3 days. Let me throw another item at you in the stats, let you theory craft and such, like 14 here has gone down the fucking rabbit hole doing.
Hops hole.
You
Yes.
The Sword of Souls, when I get to that math, it's broken already.
Oh, trust me. We're gonna go hit down these 3 quick little items before we go deeper into that rabbit hole. Which let's actually go into this first one here. And I do want to hear thoughts about this across the board, right? So they first mentioned your item of choice was number 6, indicating, that's the one that won, which I find highly doubtful personally. Like, I don't know why the gem would win over the guns and the staff and stuff, but who knows? So your item of choice was number 6, known as Thorn Shield. What hero would this suit the most? We got some great stuff lined up coming in patch 14. We will continue to reveal more as we get closer to December 10th. All good things to hear, right? Items are subject to change until final release. So they mentioned on here, Thorn Shield, it's going to cost 2,800. It's going to give you 300 health, 60 physical armor, 15 cooldown reduction. Nothing crazy so far. They mentioned on here, unique passive, the wearer takes 20% reduced damage from critical strikes. Interesting passive, for sure. And then unique passive, when affected by a basic attack, deal 12% of the total physical armor as energy damage to the attacker. How do you guys feel about that?
Throw it on a support. My reasoning for this is looking at the statistics for like who has the highest armor and all that, which I have a spreadsheet for. Narbash is actually ranked number 1 in basic armor, capping out at 100.6 at level 18. Now, throwing on that extra 60, and what other support items that give him that armor, he's going to be very bulky with the armor, and giving that back to, or the basic armor turning into damage, that'll help supports out a lot, because I have seen a lot more tanky supports these days, and just throwing this item on them. Hey, I can't really do much other than support you. Yeah, I can stun, I can heal, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just kind of there. If I'm getting attacked, hey, they're taking damage, allowing the carry to get that kill. Whereas you could accidentally kill steal if they're not too careful, but the odds of that are pretty low. But that's my 2 cents on it. Severog and Richter round out the top 3 for basic armor.
Well, speaking of Richter, I think this is a great item for him, especially as a support, because just adding that health to him, is it his passive or whatever that helps kind of help, with the ADC or some of that? Yeah, because I think if you
land a basic attack, it increases the damage dealt with basics.
Right, but then, or so then there's something to do with his health. I can't remember if it was a pass or something. There's something to do with his health. Yeah. The more health he has, the better. It just adds more to it, right? But
his passive, yes.
But doesn't he also? So if you use, what is it, Bishop? It kind of takes his health and adds it to, or something.
His armor.
His armor. Yep. That's what it is. His armor. So you take his armor and you can add it to that, right? So I think that'll work in that regard and to benefit him even more. But then, like you said, you're taking using this on a support, because the first thing, unique passive, where takes 20% reduced damage on critical strikes. That is the big thing right now for all ADCs is critical. They're trying to take crits all day, right? So now we're taking 20% less. Not only are you doing that, you're taking, you're dealing 12% of your total physical armor and energy damage as energy damage to the attacker. Like, that's huge for Richter. But I also think it's just huge overall for any of the tanks that want to use this, because again, like I said, the ADCs in this game right now, that is your build path, is crit. You pretty much have to build crit no matter what ADC you're doing right now, because of the low item pathways. There's not that many pathways you can use. You're pretty much going attack speed crit, they're out of almost all your builds.
It also doesn't help that they added they changed items around a while back to where, oh, hey, we have 2 other cards that give crit now. And it's just it's crit or nothing at this point. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone recently build
Just like a flat
Bloodsaber.
damage build.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Bloodsaber. It's like I haven't seen that card in months.
Used it yesterday.
You said yesterday. I will say though, like, this definitely seems more of a reactive item to me, because there are, correct me if I'm wrong, 5 different items that give you 25% crit each. Like, almost making crit builds a little bit too strong on carries. Like, I see people want to go crit, crit, crit. You feel me? When
There are 5 cards with crit.
there you go.
I've
So-
got my spreadsheet up.
You're good. So, and we'll show it up on here, and we'll have it linked down below if anybody wants to check it, if you're cool with that.
Yeah.
But it definitely became a very crit heavy meta as far as carries are concerned. And, you know, you got like giant slayer items that now have crit involved into it as well. So it seems like a more reactive thing to me, which as a carry main, I hate it. But as a carry main, I also understand, because crit was kind of getting a little bit too crazy. So there has to be an item in the game where it gives you the opportunity to counter it, but at the same time, it's at a cost, right? And that would be the only drawback that I have with this item. I don't feel like I'm sacrificing anything when I put this item. Am I losing health to have all those crazy passives? No. Am I losing physical armor? No. Am I losing cooldown? No. But then on top of that, I have 2 very, very strong passives that go towards normal basic attacks and crit chance. Like, I definitely believe that every item should have a strength and a weakness. You feel me? Like,
Cheap.
it's relatively cheap. You're not wrong at all. 2,800 for all that is actually pretty damn good. That definitely, to me, that definitely seems meta.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
That's
almost a
right,
support
but like
item.
first item. I mean, that's what I meant. That means they starter. It's almost like first item. Like, you build that first.
Yeah. That part I would think is debatable because
It is definitely debatable. I'm just saying,
Because
you're so
not-
cheap. You're already getting. You'll jump in. You're already, especially a solo laner. You're jumping out there already with physical armor, and then you're already ready to go whenever they're able to build. You know, when their attacks start doing damage, you're going to deal that 12%. That 12% just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as it goes.
see, I could see this item being built after
Yeah.
a Bail Arm. Like, I could see a solo laner do Bail Arm, Ring of Rejuvenation, or something like that, right? Depending on what direction they go. And then from there, they could do Thorn Shield. Because at that point, they already have a previous physical armor item. So that 12% of physical armor is larger, right?
Right.
It applies more energy damage. Bail Arm already applies that energy damage when you're nearby. So if you're close enough to somebody, you're landing basics, they land basics on you regardless. That's double the energy damage going out to the attacker while you have your kit attack. That's going to be oppressive as shit combined with a Bail Arm.
That-
And
And at
that's
that
what
point,
I'm saying.
as a-
Like,
as a
how much
solo
is- how much does bail armor cost?
28.
Oh, they're both 28. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I thought bail armor was 3 higher,
Yeah,
like 3 or 2 or
'cause
something.
another point with that is off lane, if you're getting it like third or second item, like Windu was saying, at that point, the carry has their crit card by now, and you're more grouping up with everyone else. So, hey, here's where that 20% comes in, and you're even tankier than what the carry expects.
Yeah, that's a good point. Nobody ever, at least normally, nobody usually builds crit first item or second item. I mean, you see some people go, fire cannon, second item and such, to each his own. But I could definitely see like third, fourth item sort of vibes, this coming in online and actually making a difference. I'm interested to see how it's actually going to play out, because at the end of the day, the fact that it's mainly targeting basic attacks and crit mean that it's mainly designed towards like carries and possibly the bear. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Carry and jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting to see.
The more I look at it, the more I agree with 14 times this being like a support item. It's green, yes, but like it's gonna it lets your support last longer, so they can peel even longer. It gives them more cooldown. and and then gives them armor. So not only do they have more health, they have more armor. It's going to help them. It's going to basically let them peel, but then they're also going to be able to do damage to also kind of do a little poke with all of that's going back, to them. So I could definitely see this being a support item.
Yeah, like
I could see it.
Throw it on a steel. That's gonna hurt.
Now, it would also depend what team comp you're going up against, guys, because be mindful. If you're going up against a heavy physical damage team comp, like they got a Greystone jungle or some shit like that, you feel me? Like they got a lot of physical damage, it'll be clutch.
I had a game last
besides
night where it was all tanks on the opposing team.
They were trolling you.
So
and it worked. Our carry was terrible. It worked. They steamrolled us.
Jamson's in chat saying, should state this though, it's reducing your crit damage bonus percent down by 20%. So if you have 250% crit chance, it's moving it down to 195, not 172.
Wait a minute.
Oh, so it's lowering the crit chance, not
your overall collective crit chance,
not the crit damage.
So it's really getting rid of like one passive.
Well, hold on. I was about to say, because that says 20% reduce crit damage, not 20% reduce crit chance. Those are two very different things.
Yeah,
we're being told in the chat now that this is reducing your crit chance.
Reduce damage from critical strikes.
Yeah, so this is saying it's reducing 20% of the damage dealt here, but in chat we're being told it's reducing percentage.
It's reducing crit damage.
Then I have no idea why crit chance is even being mentioned in the equation, to be honest with you guys. Correct me, enlighten me.
Damage up at 250.
Yeah,
215. Oh, he might have meant the damage. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I totally get it. Like depending on how much crit chance you have, it's just going to reduce the overall damage being output regardless, right? Regardless, at the end of the day, it's important to point out 20% of that crit damage being reduced is a good chunk, but it's not game breaking like reduction. You feel me? Because you got to be mindful through fire cannon and then through ace, you're getting 50% crit damage. Scaling. Crit damage scaling. So if they have Thorn Shield, now you're only getting 30% additional crit damage. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there's definitely play around it. I don't necessarily see somebody building this item unless there's a menace that's hardcore. Like if they got a Fed carry that's building crit, sorry, because Menace is here. But unless
he did it on purpose. He did it on purpose.
Yeah, I heard the slight pause.
No. But if there's somebody that is a danger and they're building crit damage, I could see it. You feel me? If they were doing heavy crit build, I could see this being on. It really does feel more like a situational item at the end of the day, but it is one of those things that it's made to help prevent a carry from getting too far. Like a Greystone that's in a carry's face with an item like this is going to be very, very impactful, right? Now, I do want to go ahead and move forward here towards another one of the items mentioned. Now, in the post I mentioned our second most requested item you wanted to know more about. It's Sword of Souls, a heavy hitting weapon utilized by carries looking to pack a punch. It's all about power over speed. Other than carry, what else do you think it could work with? Now we see here, Sword of Souls costs 2,700. Kind of cheap. Just throwing that out there. Kind of cheap. It'll give you 55 physical power, 15 pen, and the passive is you gain 0.6 physical power per stack, and it'll stack up to 75 times. Minion kills are gonna grant 1 stack, while hero kills or assists do count, grant 5 stacks. At maximum stacks, you gain an additional 10% bonus physical power. How do you feel about that, Menace? Oh, what's up?
Okay.
Go ahead, Menace. Go ahead, Menace. I'll ask my question later.
Okay, so to your original question, who do I think it'll be best with? And I see myself doing this, is probably Greystone the most. I build my Greystone to hit. He's not hitting fast, but he's hitting hard as hell. The aspects I run is like opportunist, the isolated damage, I believe is opportunist. And then I'll do like one of the green. And I think, me personally, if you want to build a hybrid build on the offlaner, this would be good. I can see it being good on carries too, obviously, especially for stacking, because you're already last hitting as a carry as is. So stacks will come pretty quickly to you. But that, I don't know. I'm still iffy about stack items, at least being this late in the game. A 2,700 stack item just seems weird to me.
Honestly, my take on it, now I feel free to judge. With stack items, I think it would be better to get the stack item first. That way you have time throughout the match to get those stacks up, just like with Sev. Because you don't just start with all the stacks or else you'd be broken. But you want to get it first so that way later in the game you have all those stacks. Maybe mid to late game, boom, there's that extra 10% bonus. And doing the math on it, the 0.6 times 75, it gets you 45. So a total of 100 physical power for 2,700. It's ridiculous.
So hold on. We got to talk
Plus
about
the
the North Dakota school system. How the hell did you instantly had the
Wait. Do we got to talk about the Michigan school system? Are you not following?
I'm sorry, I can't do 0.6 times 75 that quick.
Oh no, I did it.
No, trust me, that was done beforehand.
Easy.
Trust me.
One that came out and set it out instantly. Like, yeah,
Never doubt me, man. You guys all make fun of me.
Hey, man, we don't make fun of Easy Ed and his calculator on his screen. Yeah, true. Because I did that shit too. I don't know if y'all saw. As soon as we brought it up, I was like,
Dude, I can't even
0.6
find
times.
the calculator on my screen. It's fine.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He didn't know the computer had a calculator. My question that I had though is, so like with Chimera, his stacks can get reset. Will these stacks reset eventually, or will these be like the Beast Hunter
negative.
stacks? So they just kind of
It's
keep
like the
adding
Beast.
it.
Correct.
It's like the Beast Hunter stacks.
right.
If it worked like Chimeras, they would have to lower it a lot more and make it time-based. Since there is no time-based and it is a lot higher, there's no reason to think, oh, it's just going to reset. It'll reset when the game resets.
So
No, I'm assuming it's a permanent thing, and stacking items are actually pretty common in like other MOBAs and stuff. So it's honestly not that bad. And being realistic, like if it's 1 minion per stack, that's only 75 minions. Like at the end of the day, if you're only going off of minions with 0 kills, you probably got that in like 10 to 12 minutes, maybe 75 minutes.
This isn't a bad item. I like this item as a Murdock
strong.
main. Murdock main, I love this item because it just gives you more penetration with that armor shred that you have with the buckshot for Murdock. That adding on top of that is just going to help you kind of, chunk people down.
Yeah. This would be great on an off-lane carry as well. Because you're generally building a lot of damage. I mean, like an off-lane Murdock, that's kind of a...
Are you promoting ranged off-lane on the partner panel?
I would never. But
Off-lane!
I'm just saying... First of all, okay, going back to that, you do that, I just don't like you. But second, this would be.
You do that, I don't like you, but this is how you do it, okay? I'm gonna teach you how to do it the best
teach you how to
way,
do it better.
and I'm gonna
teach you how to do it
Do
better.
as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. But yeah, this would be a great card on an off lane. Just saying. Or when you think about it too, like pretty much any jungler. Because like when I do my jungle builds, I always take like rogue or something of that sort. So I'm generally taking a purple aspect. So, you scale off that too. Now, if you take somebody like a Greystone to where you want to do like, you want to stack your favor into purple instead of the green for the damage boost. I mean, that's just going to be insane. This card you're just going to shred carries.
That's exactly what I do. I put straight points into purple.
So Windu, you being an ADC main as well, where do you see, if maybe, like I said, I want to use this on Murdock. Where do you see building this item at? Is
First.
this, because it's so cheap, you build it first, and you start getting the stacks worked up?
So yes, because at the end of the day, so it's a choice to go stacking item in the beginning, right? And if you build ever in any MOBA, if you build a stacking item, you want to make sure that you go as early as possible because you want to have an opportunity to be able to build those stacks and hit that power spike at the end, right? And to kind of what 14 was saying here, you get 55 flat physical power. Once the actual item gets fully stacked, you get an additional 45. That's 100. But the passive is you then get another 10% bonus physical power by having it completed. Now, I'm assuming that means off of the total damage that you've built throughout the game, there's a 0.10 multiplier on there. So you get 10% bonus multiplier always on what you're building. So if you continue to build power, you're going to have a 10% multiplier applied to that as you continue to scale. So this is really for that, hey, I'm going to build like 50% crit and just flat out damage. And when I do crit you, I'm chunking you for like probably 700 to 1,000 easy with that Murdock.
If it was only 10% on this card, I think it would say gain 10% on stacks or whatever, on there. But because it says gain 10% bonus physical power, that means physical power is you get physical power on this item, you get physical power on the, GD crossbow,
leveling up.
Right. Yeah. So that 10%, that is actually huge in that, regards. You're not getting the attack speed that you get with crossbow. Like crossbow right now is like is almost like the number one. If we looked at how often something's bought first for an ADC, crossbow is probably the first one you get, right? Because not only are you getting physical power, but you're also getting attack speed. And there's one other thing you get with it too. I believe I can't remember. So
the additional damage based off of health.
Right. Yeah. You get your passives, or yes, but I thought there was 3 core things
it's
you get.
The physical power, attack speed, and then 6% of their health.
Target's current
total.
Okay. So, but yeah. Anyways, so I think that's, and so then this definitely, if you get this item first, you got to get boots second. Like boots have to be picked up second. Just could give you that attack speed that you get with the boots to help move that up a little bit, right?
Here's what it comes down to. It's all about the stacks, right? If you want that early game spike, crossbow's still going to be it. You feel me? Like as far as bang for buck, how much damage are you going to do as soon as that item is equipped? Crossbow's still going to give you those numbers that you're looking for. But if you're going for a late game build, you're not planning on ending the game with this one item. You're not planning, how crossbow and boots, that's pretty fucking oppressive, those two put together, as is. You put those two on, you're starting to slap. But with Sword of Souls and boots, you might need to get to that third or fourth item to actually start seeing that real damage. And by the time you're there, you got your other stacks and stuff. And by that point, you might have scaled harder late game. But at that point, you're sacrificing the early to mid game. So you might have to play a little bit careful, more situational positioning and such, knowing that if you get into an engagement that somebody that started crossbow and you have Sword of Souls, you're more than likely going to lose the one-on-one unless you just play the shit out of that engagement. You feel me?
So would you put it on a Sparrow?
I would.
I don't see why not. I think this would be valid on any carry if you really want to. It's just, again, it's going to come down more play style than anything, because the power and the pen that you get out of it is crazy. The attack speed that you're missing out on, you could easily just build another item after the fact and 8 adrenaline shot and make up that attack speed that you're losing. So it's not impossible, but this is definitely a build it first item for those stacks. Maybe 2 if you're trying to be risky, but just understand the caveat that's going to come behind that, for sure.
Yeah.
I would build it second personally. I would go with crossbow and then into this card second, because by the time that you've got crossbow, you're going to be able to clear waves really fast to where you're not going to need that, that 75 sacks is going to come significantly faster once you have a crossbow and everything, to where you don't need to focus too much on your your last hits, because you're going to be trading a lot more and probably pushing lane and everything else. Because by the time you've got that, I mean, you're about, I don't know, most people are about 10 to 12 minutes in, and Meeks. And yeah, I personally, I would just build the second card. Now Meeks got me all tilted, dude. He's in my head.
Don't let him get to you. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're really risky, you could, and you bring up a great point. Having a crossbow and then the Sword of the Souls, at the end of the day, you are going to get the last hits easier. You are going to be able to get trades faster and such. You're not going to have those boots, of course. But it's not a horrible idea. You just got to be mindful that between crossbow and Sword of Souls, bro, that's basically 6 Gs right there, actually.
Right.
So
you're going to want to hit really fast too. That crossbow is just going to be great for trading and stuff, but this Sword of Souls, I think second card would be the way to go.
Yeah, now
I can see that.
Yeah, because I mean, if you miss 1 or 2 autos in a fight, I mean, you don't have attack speed with this card. You don't really have attack speed with your boots because most people take boots second. You don't have that attack speed bonus unless you're a twin blast. But once your right click is down, you're kind of in trouble. Personally, I think you're just going to lose trades. Like, you have to be spot on with your hits. Otherwise, you're just going to put yourself in a pickle. You're going to clip your own wings.
So you're saying GD crossbow, Sword of Souls, and then boots?
No. I guess I don't count boots as a.
That's why I want to make sure. I want to make sure that everybody understands.
So I would go crossbow, boots, and then Sword of Souls if you're going to build this card.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be real. I'm a dirty pen builder. Off rip, Bearded knows this. I start with pen every single time. I'm going to build this item first because with precisely 3,800, I have Sword of Souls and full boots. While somebody with 3,800 that's building crossbow is only going to have at best mid-tier boots with crossbow. Like, if we're dollar for dollar, same amount of farm, we're going at it. Super competitive lane. For the first 3,800 of the game, I know for a fact that for the next minute and a half, I have a lead. That's a minute and a half that I can get a kill. That's a minute and a half that I can get ahead. And by the time they finally get that crossbow and the boots, I'm already starting my third item. You feel me? So as far as I'm concerned, that's how I would play it. Personally, I know I definitely play very different than a lot of people. A lot of people make fun of my Phantom Blade first item, but that's just me, bro.
I do have to point out, I love that SMS has a sense of humor, because this card, it has 15 pen, so that's pen 15.
Oh my God. No.
Boo.
All right. Anyway, to the next item, guys. So let's go over the next post here. Now, Strange Medic posted, they said, we can't let carries have all the fun. We want to give you some mages, something to stack as well. Mage's Siphon is another brand new item coming to patch 14th on December 10th. Now, having it up on the screen here, Mage's Siphon is 75 energy power, 200 health, 300 mana. So no, interestingly enough, and I like it, a mage item that gives you health, mana, but no cooldown, right? And it also gives you a unique passive. You gain the 0.6 energy power and 4 health per stack. Stacking out to 75 times. Mini kills count for 1. Heroes and assists count for 5. Maximum stacks. Basic abilities have their mana cost reduced by 10. So I just want to throw it out there. I like how these are very similar items, but at the same time, so fucking different. I like that they do different.
This is one item I was like not so proud of, and this is why. So don't chop my head off just yet. For mages, and if I'm wrong, somebody can stop me. I don't think there's one mana regen item. And I know 14 times.
They took out mana regen, I believe. Yeah, because all the mana regen was on the support side, and they took that out.
Okay.
I want to say in patch 9.
Okay.
Or maybe 10. So yeah, there's no more mana regen.
Yeah, and I'm like a little iffy about that. And I said, Bearded, I'm pretty sure I was on the partner panel when the blinks all came out, and it was pretty much the same for, red, green, blue, and then obviously there's a white one too, the tier 2 version, the variant of it. And I didn't like that too because I had the fear of just everybody blinking around the map, and obviously people not blinking with Siphon or the blade, but I'm real skeptical of doing same items, but just one or two stats that might be different, but overall it gives like the same sort of feel. So that's just my take on that. I would have liked to see mana regen. I'm not too sure why they're not pushing that route, but I might have missed when they might have said that. But that's just how I feel with it.
I think they took out mana regen because it was a little too strong on Narbash. Because if you're running, I think it's Queen plus his passive, you're already getting almost double his normal passive. If you throw on another mana regen item, you're healing forever and barely touching your mana. So I think I could be wrong that that's the reason why they took out mana regen, but it's a strong indicator because Narbash was super strong back then because of all the mana regens. You wanted to stack all of them on Narbash to get that basically infinite heals.
All right. Really quick, Bearded, did you read what Jamson just wrote?
I was just going to read it right now.
Okay.
So in chat, Jamson puts, for mages, we wanted to stick towards stacking mana over mana regen. Although we do need to add some support mana regen items, there is another reworked item that will give you a larger mana pool. This combined with other mana items, you should be getting some good regen back from blue buff, shrines, and magician if you have it. So they're working on it, having it in their own little way of getting a regen situation, and however, like I said, like blue buff or shrines or certain things you're doing to get mana back. Because the larger pool you get, because isn't when you kill a shrine, doesn't it give you a percentage back?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
It's not like a set amount, right? So let's say if you have a 3,000 mana, right, and you're only going to get 150, that literally you're going to see a little blip added, But if it gives you a percentage of what you're missing back, then it's going to get it's going to be a larger amount that you get from it. So that'd be nice.
Yeah, this as a tester, I can't say too much, but I'll just say you're probably going to be pretty fine on mana. You won't need too much regen.
Okay.
I'm 100% just going to build that first item on our bench.
But we have to go back real quick because we're talking about Jamson here. Did you see what he put in earlier
about Ace? Because I totally did. Yeah, I was wondering if anybody else caught that. Okay, so let me
like what?
I'm scrolling back up like what?
Oh, I totally caught that, bro.
I don't know if we say it.
There's
okay.
So
you saw it.
No, I mean
a lot
it's
more things to 14 than they've talked about.
Oh, I know.
Agreed.
It is pretty damn cool.
Agreed. And one of those things which we've officially got confirmed in the chat. We've been told that Ace is not going to exist anymore. At least those passives on the Axe pet won't. So it looks like the crit damage extended range is going to go bye-bye. So that brings up the question, what is Ace going to be? Are we, is that the only aspect that's getting a rework?
Moving on.
What all's going to happen? You know what I mean?
It's leaking more here.
Ed, right now, Ed, I need a plumber for Ed, please. Aisle 3.
I'm a plumber, fun fact, but yeah.
Kinda, a little bit.
I've done it. Oh God, Jamson's here, so I can't say it.
True. So moving on to the next item.
Yeah,
because we're not here to get Ed canceled, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool things that are getting reworked. I mean, it's just how patch 13 felt like a whole new game. Patch 14 expands on that twice over, in my opinion. I mean, the builds that people have done are like the meta build is redone now. kind of how most people just built the same aspects every single time. There's so much more mixing and matching you can do for different heroes, different builds. Definitely accustomed to your play style a little bit more. You can do. It's pretty cool. I definitely am excited to see how everyone else feels on it, though.
Yeah, going back to Mage's Siphon, I did do the math. With the stacks, you'll end up at 120 energy power, which is 5 short of Arc Amp, and then a total of, I think it was 500 health, because you get 200 from the card.
Yeah, it's 500 total.
So putting that on like a Gideon, who is one of the more tanky mages, it's going to be difficult to fight.
Bro, Mega Siphon with Arcamp is going to be just a nasty combo as far as flat out damage, and then you get the reduction at the end of the stacks.
God. It's so much more too that you guys are just going to be so excited on if you like blue cards.
So now that we know the name of this item, what the hell is that picture?
Because Mega Siphon, of course, it almost implies that you're siphoning, right?
Right. Yeah.
Which I guess at that point the whole play of words is you're building stacks. Every kill kind of adds to you. I get it, right?
Yeah.
But I'll be real with you. I still don't know what the fuck that little axe looking thing is.
It looks like a siphon.
If anything, it's more like a gauntlet with like the shield.
And you just stick it into something. It looks like a little pen 15 in there, and then you just siphon.
Pen 15. I feel that.
Yep.
Just the Halo
might be it.
Or just give me your life.
Siphon.
That might be it.
I literally asked like multiple times in chat, like Gen chat, like what this item was. And although we got a picture, please tell me what this is. Nobody answered.
So I just looked it up, the definition of siphon, and it's Greek meaning is pipe.
Nice.
So any plumbers out there.
Yo, get me out, bro.
So yeah, pipe. Got it.
It's a Magnus. Yeah. Whoops.
So
A magnum pipe. Is that
so Ed, being the plumber, I mean, where would this best be used?
Kitty?
I can't make the joke, dude. There's probably kids.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, moving forward. Again, we're not here to cancel Ed. So the next post that they message is giveaway time. Now, I'll put it up on the screen here. They mentioned as we gear up for the release of patch 14, we want to see the battle stations that you're playing on. Quote the retweet with your setup with Fault on your screen. I guess that's just to kind of prove that it is your picture, right? Like the post, follow Strange Matter. The prizes are a Fault t-shirt, Fault hat, and 1 Fault copy. We're not going to talk too much about these prizes with Ed because I know.
Fucking hat before me, dude. I will. Oh my god!
I already said I'm gonna win and I'm gonna get my second hat. I'm gonna win.
Shut up, Cooch.
So,
man,
real quick,
yeah, tell me what y'all think about it.
For anybody who is not already following Strange Matter Studios on their all their socials, either Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, follow them there because you will get this information and you'll be able to enter these already. You don't have to. Oh God, there's a giveaway. Let me enter. A lot of people didn't know about the Gideon skin giveaway. So a lot of people didn't know about this. I'm assuming. Follow these guys on their socials. Like you'll get a lot of information off of it.
True. And I just want to throw a quick little shout out to Alea here with that DC poster in the back, because that's a dope ass fucking, kind of chill zone to be in. I see like Mega Geeks. I see the Crunch Bar. Fucking Bren pointed that shit out. Like that's what I'm saying. Oh my god! I just noticed the cat creeping on the bottom right corner. What the shit?
Is that Is that a Crunch and Zinx leak? What?
Is that it? Oh my god! Crunch and Zinx. Hello.
Holy fuck! It's throwing stuff in your ear. What the heck?
Oh my god! Yo, that's funny. Oh my god. Yeah, I just noticed that the cat in the corner. But no, man, tell me, how do you guys feel about the fact that they're doing a setup giveaway?
I like it. I mean, I think it's cool. So I know some people might feel like, oh, I don't have the coolest rig, and obviously like this kind of setup because, you know, Leia, she does this for her career. But I mean, it's just kind of cool to just get more people involved, because even if you don't play the game yet, you know, you can still enter this. So, you know, with the Gideon skin giveaway, you had to play the game, you had to play Gideon, you had to get clips of that. Not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people collect their clips, stuff like that. So it was kind of a selective market. This one here is, what do you play on? Oh, you have a computer, so you can play Fault? Sweet, let's see a picture of it, and let's get you in on this copy here. Because you get a free copy, and if you already have the game, awesome, give it away to a buddy who's been wanting the game. You know, make a Smurf, because Smurfs are okay. Wolverine, but
you're promoting range off lane, and you're promoting smurfing. Do we need to kick you off the panel?
Who are you?
God, dude. Next time, Morgash is a great offer.
All right. Okay. So, so
this is where you need to go, Ed.
Puerto Rico, dude. I'm already. I'm just across the river, dude.
The river. The river, yes.
So
Puerto Rico.
So I do have some constructive criticism on this, but I want to hear the rest of the cast today. Like, what do you guys feel about this event?
Menace?
How do you guys feel? Excuse me.
I feel like it's a new way to engage with the community that's still sticking strong, and ways to pull new people in. Obviously, in my opinion, I think pulling new people in is more important than for the people who are already here. I think it'll benefit them more. I like it. It's taken me days to put my picture together, so beware. I told Windu an idea of what I'm doing, and I was like, wait, can I do this? Because did they say?
Yeah, he hit me up and said, "Hey man, you think this counts?" I was like, "I'm gonna be real with you. The Gideon post a clip. The guy that won posted 5 minutes worth of gameplay, so it's all fair game. I'm gonna be real with you."
I had an old picture on my phone of when I first got my microphone, and and Fault happened to be up on my screen. I'm like, yeah, this counts. I could take a newer picture, and they just haven't. I just put it on their Facebook profile. I commented on the Facebook post of it, and it's like, yeah, there's my entry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Any other thoughts on it with 14?
I want a hat.
All right. No, Menace, I'm sorry. Were you?
He said no.
No. I was saying overall, I like the different ways that they're, I guess, trying to come out, if you will. Like from earlier, I said how they're taking one picture and breaking it down into 6 posts. Well, as of right now, 3 posts. But then this way too is another good way to outreach. So. Good job with the creative thinking.
Yeah, I also agree with that, where it's a lot easier to get people in on this kind of thing comparatively to the Gideon skin, where you had to play, you had to record, possibly have to edit, trim down the video, post it, then send it in. This is just like, hey, take a picture, post it. Ta-da!
Yeah. I'll throw my 2 cents in there.
Get to put mine in there. Fine, go ahead.
I'll go ahead. No. Just trust me.
Paper scissors for it. Just rock paper scissors.
No. Trust me. I'm definitely going to be more on the negative side. So go ahead, Bearded.
So I like it. I love the fact that they're going out there. I love the fact that it doesn't say that the best setup's going to win. Right. They just want you to show your setups. Right. And there's no way of saying how they're going to draw. It could be random. It could be whatever, but it's not going to be, if you literally have your computer sitting on a milk carton and your, monitor sitting on a cardboard box, and that's what you're playing on. Show it. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be exactly the fact that you. If anything, to me, this is my little 2 cents towards SMS. That person should win something. Right, because that just shows how dedicated they are to play Fault. Like if that's what they're set up on, they don't have the money to be have a whole setup. Fine. this is what they're, cranking on. Great. If they're, using Windows 95 and still playing, that's great on them.
It's great how they're able to get the game on Windows 95.
Windows
95.
If you're playing Vault on a 95, bro, sign up to help out SMS at that point.
Yeah, I will buy you a copy of Vault.
The issue I have with this, and I'm looking at the tweet right now, right? So I don't know what it looks like on the other socials, but they failed in a chance of making themselves go not viral, but what's the word? If you see it more often, trending. They failed to make themselves trending because they could have easily used a hashtag right here, and used a hashtag, and a hashtag works in multiple medias, right? It doesn't work in Instagram. Either way, it works in all
Instagram. No, it works in Instagram.
Yeah. So they could have easily made a hashtag right now and made themselves go trending. You could have been YouTube Shorts. It could have been, Twitter. It could have been Instagram. It could,
TikTok.
Work on Facebook, TikTok.
All of them. Yeah, Facebook.
They've
all work
made
off of it.
themselves go trending. But right now I'm looking at this Twitter post and this just screams Twitter and Twitter only because you can't quote retweet this on Instagram.
Yeah, you can't retweet on Instagram.
Retweet this on Facebook. So it just literally, I don't know, it literally limited them to only Twitter right here. And that's where I think they failed on letting themselves become trending and also, get, a little more exposure.
So you bring up a great point. That whole, maybe hashtag fault giveaway instead of hashtag giveaway on the top. You feel me? Just trying to get that going throughout all social medias. Missed opportunity, right? My biggest
hashtag giveaway at time is just to get other people who followed Twitter giveaways and to get them into. That's to bring them in. I get that.
Yeah, they're going to bring a lot more people in with that than they will. No one's going on Twitter searching fault giveaway because a lot of people don't know what fault is. But here they see giveaway and they go, oh, okay. So I'm looking at this. I'm seeing people posting their computer setups with fault on their screen. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'll win, but I'll at least post a photo of it. Oh, cool. I won a fault copy, so I'm going to play it now. And it's just...
It should have been something easy, like hashtag fault. It literally should be, post a picture with you, posting hashtag fault with your picture and, and everywhere. Because it could have been a video. Somebody doing a little panoramic video of their thing. And it'd be a YouTube short, hashtag fault. Overprime's doing this right now. And they literally, all you do is hashtag Overprime. Right, with someone not the giveaway, but they're doing things like like you do a video or whatever, put on YouTube short, and you make this video. They're trying to make Overprime be trending. SMS could have done the same thing here by doing hashtag fault with the video, and you could have posted it on Twitter. You could post it on Facebook. Could have posted anywhere. Any of those socials you could have.
Right, the problem with hashtag fault, you were going to get a million results of people that did something that was their fault. It's a horrible word to hashtag. Anyway.
What's a new fault game?
It's play fault. Play fault is what they barely dealt with down the road. But here's my only thing behind it. I like the initiative. I like the giveaway. I like that they have multiple prizes. I like that it's related to everybody, not just Gideon, right? It's just where you play. My only thing is I really wish that they would have specified a little bit more. Because when I've seen multiple people see this and they're like, yo, this is a pay to win contest. It doesn't say that they're going to give it to the best setup, but they don't say what they're going to give it to. You feel me? They could have literally been in there and they're like, yo, we're giving prizes for the most creative setup. We're giving prizes to the best RGB setup. We're giving prizes to the most simplistic setup. You get me? Like there's different things that they could have thrown in there to incentivize a lot of people. But a lot of people, whenever they see, yo, setup competition, they're like, well, I lost. Where the fuck is Instill and his $30,000 setup? Because he's going to win every single one of these fucking, you feel me? So I just wish they would have maybe added another line or two, just giving ideas, or maybe just even next to their prizes, they could have been like, fall t-shirt, hat in parentheses, cleanest setup. Fall hat, best RGB setup. Fall copy, like most complex setup. You can do simplistic, complex, and the best RGB. Because you don't have to have a crazy fucking expensive system to have an RGB Like people will be getting like RGB strips from the dollar store and putting that shit under their desk and shit and having dope as fuck setups.
Yeah, because
I think that limits them though, and I don't like that. In my own personal opinion. Like I think, like what if I'm okay with getting all three of those, any of those three, but like if I don't have, let's say, the cleanest setup, like, well, I really wanted a full copy, but I don't have the cleanest setup. I have no chance of winning. I literally have probably the best RGB, but I don't want a hat. Like that's it. Just kind of leaves you limited. It's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna try to get a hat and then I can give it away to somebody. Like
I'd take your hat.
So I mean, like I think it kind of leaves you limited. This way,
I feel that
these are the prizes and you can just go. But like I think I agree with you with them. It does.
Well, they could list that separately like you don't have to have them tied to prizes. They could still have listed those categories separate.
Just the idea of just me stating the fact that it's like, hey, this isn't the best, it still isn't guaranteed winning. Like he might win one, but he's not going to win all of them. Whatever. I do want to point out though, Belix does say in chat that it doesn't say quote retweet on the Instagram or the Facebook, which I didn't. I believed. I know he's smart enough not to do that on those socials, but I'm just saying like it.
We did say that we didn't know what it says on those.
Right. In SMS, if you go to SMS's Discord, they have announcements and they have a Twitter feed. They don't have an Instagram feed. They don't have a Facebook feed. Not everybody has Twitter, but most people have Discord, right? So if you have Discord, you can click on Twitter feed, and it'll give you a website look of it. You don't have to have a Twitter to be able to look at it. So you can see that there's a giveaway, but you don't have a Twitter. But nothing tells me that this is also posted on Facebook. Nothing also tells me this is posted on Instagram. Right? But if this announcement or this thing was made on Twitter, put in the Twitter feed, and it was telling you that this is done on all socials, use this hashtag, everybody could have been, people look at it like, oh, I don't have a Twitter. I guess I can't participate. I want nothing to, all right, no big deal. And then move on.
I think it would have been very big to get YouTube involved, like with the YouTube shorts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just a 15 to 30 second clip, which you can post on any social media instead of just a picture. It would incentivize people also to put it on YouTube shorts. It would incentivize Instagram videos. I mean, like there's a reason why 15 to 30 second videos do so well compared to just a picture. Because like, for example, panoramic videos and such, you could go down the line. But I think missing out on YouTube shorts is big, to be honest, especially since YouTube Shorts is probably one of the biggest growing, along with TikTok, one of the biggest growing social medias out there. To exclude those because you're only doing a picture, it's just, for future reference.
Thought.
Right.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Now, again, we're going to have this extensive list of that 14 times here created with all these different items. Before we move forward to the next subject, is there anything that you guys want to say about all these items that they're adding or possible other items now that we know maybe even aspect reworks?
I'm curious your guys' opinions of the other three items that aren't out there. I don't know if you guys have talked about those or not yet, but
no.
The gun, the sword, and the
vest.
Green sword.
Yeah.
And
the green sword. Like what's your guys' opinion on those just real quick?
I should have known about those probably like 6 months ago, except the sword.
So going off of like the two siphon ones, you can at least tell there are kind of these vapor waves going into or coming off of the item. So I can at least tell it's not going to work like those. So it's going to be a completely different set of ability type or passive or active type. Maybe
I disagree.
Maybe the gun, because at the edge of the barrel there is that cannon. It kind of has that cylindrical particle effect coming off of it. But
I'll be real with you. I would never look at item 2 and item 3 and think, oh yeah, those are stacking.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that either, but
I would have never.
So
I disagree. Just by knowing SMS and how they do some of this stuff, like you look at their blinks and everything like that, I think number 4, the sword, I think that is the green version of number 2 and number 3. It
Hitting
literally
it
is
on
going
the
to
nail.
give you, it's going to be the 0.6 and it's going to stack 75 times and it's going to give
Yeah.
you something to
Health.
do. Health. It's going to give you health or so, or I don't know, armor. I don't know. It's going to give you 10% of something,
No, watch it be health, and then number 5 is the armor equivalent. Like you bring up a great point. It's unfortunate, but when Strange Matter introduces an item, they really tend to kind of copy paste, but let's change it enough so they don't know that we copied from our coworker. You know what I mean? Or from our classmate when it comes to those items. So yeah, like I wouldn't doubt it. He said, I can confirm it will not be like those.
aha, so I was right the first time.
I mean, that's the sword. What about the other ones? You feel me? But no. I don't know. Like I have mixed feelings about number 1 and number 5 because I found out about those like 3 to 4 months ago, quite frankly. So as far as what they could be, the simpleness in my brain says green are going to have to do something with health and armor. Purple's going to have to do something with pen. You feel me?
What about, do you think they have passives with them?
I mean, no, here's the thing. Strange Matters cannot make an item to save their life that does not have an active or a passive. Every single item in the game has an active or a passive. I am hoping to God that eventually we're just going to get flat items with power and attack speed or armor and health, just flat items. Like, yo, it might not have a passive, but it's a good solid item for what I'm choosing. You feel me? And not every item needs to have an active or a passive, but so far I'd be willing to bet money that they have actives and passives. Straight up. I don't have any other logistical reasoning to believe that they are going to be flat items. I feel like they might feel if they release an item that's only base stats that people might look at it as a too base of an item or too simplistic of an item. They want to make it seem like there's complexity in the game. They want to make it seem, like there's some sort of next level counter building, next level itemization, like every MOBA tries to do, right? And I think probably for, I don't know, let's say for like the first 100 finished tier 3 items, they might just try to go for like something complex or fancy or unique, just to kind of set themselves apart. Once they have a fully developed game that's in free to play and stuff like that, I could see them then at that point, okay, let's just start simplifying a little bit. Let's do this. Who knows, right?
The one thing I see with that is if you have just an item, let's say it doesn't have an active or passive, but to incentivize people to try to use it, say if it's a mage item, it gives 90 energy power. It's not the highest, but it's up there. And maybe mana or a secondary stat. What stops people from running 6 of those items or 5 of those items and boots? Like,
Because passives and actives are supposed to provide utility on top of the fact that you're building the base stats. You feel me? Like whenever you add an item like Nirvana Jewel, you're not building it only for the first base stats. You're building it because of the stasis that comes along with it. And Jamson said in the chat, finished items will never be like that. Probably all tier 3s will always have a passive or an active, at least currently. That's our philosophy on those. So subject to change, who knows? But it looks like I was mentioning earlier, it looks like that's really what they're aiming for as far as the total completed items.
How many
But-
absolutes could you put in a possible statement?
Did I say absolute like 30 times or something?
Finished items will never be like that, probably. All tier 3 items will always have a passive or active, at least currently. That's a philosophy on those. Like,
Yeah,
literally
that's
two
that's
with two.
that's a salesman tactic right there. Is like, bro, you're gonna have a great time. I'm pretty sure. Like,
I used to be a salesman, so that
that's sitting on the head. Yeah, that's sitting on the head. Man. So
I love you, Jameson. I love you.
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a video on the screen while we chat here. Vault released a what's it called? PvE AI match overview is what they called it. And essentially they just basically wanted to tell you a little bit about the game. They wanted to show you how to get to AI matches. They wanted to tell you that when you could do AI matches by yourself with bots on your team, you could do AI matches by yourself with other players on your team against bots. They also mentioned the fact that if it's you and like, let's say for example, 2 more buddies, you could still queue into AI matches solo and have the remaining spots filled in with bots or stuff like that. So it's a very, very cool feature and very good video of educating people what they can expect out of the AI. Now, throughout this video, you also see little hints as to what the map might look like. We see the UI, we see the main menu screen, etc. There's a lot of good things about this video, quite frankly. So I just wanted to start off by saying shout out to the individual that made this video, because this is a very, very well-made video. Like,
yeah, I love Sylphin and his voice. He tried to do a European voice with this. It was great. Great job.
I got that.
Yeah, Bayless just said, "Who was that talking though?" I said it must be empty, but nah, bro. Like
Shaking right now.
it's too right, but it really was a well-made video. Like by all means, like all credit where it's due. It really was a well-made video. There was nothing. It didn't have to be absolutely fucking crazy. It was simplistic. It was to the point. It educated. It gave teasers at the same time that weren't known previously. Like everything about this video was just very, very well made done. So shout out to the individual that made that. But
I love the lighting in the prime pit that they have.
That purple glow, like that aura coming out of it.
Underneath it. Now, is that mini prime that they're showing, or is
it looks like mini prime? It's got a red hue to him, like a red tint to him. So it looks like mini prime to me.
I think that's just to indicate also the range. Like if you're outside the circle, of course, now you're on
the actual prime. I'm saying.
Yeah, if you go back on the video, do like a 1.5 or not 1.5, like a slow it down.
Yeah, slow it down like 0.5.
I literally can just pause it, guys. It's 2021, I promise. Like,
yeah.
So you do see it glowing red. I do feel like that's big. That's baby prime.
That's baby prime.
Yeah.
Okay, but I do like the platform. It's not just in the pit anymore. There's an actual platform, like a tower platform.
So does that is that platform going to tell us where his like knockback ability is at? Like if you're in that ring, you're going to get hit by knockback. If you're out of that ring, you're not going to get hit by that knockback.
I would assume so.
That's confirmed.
I would assume so, and I would love it if that's the case.
No, I just got a spicy text. That's why I was smiling. You know.
I didn't.
No, we don't believe in those. I haven't texted you yet. Anyway, so
no one's got
new phone. Who dis? So I just paused. We're gonna go frame by frame and examine this, right? So I just paused it here. The video starts off with Grux walking into the jungle, and it's basically coming what looks like out of red buff into the rest of his jungle.
Yeah.
What do you guys see that interests you?
Those 2 bouncing spheres. Those are like, what are those and what's the point of that? Is that just to indicate red buff? Is that what that is?
I don't know if they bounce.
They bounce.
They might just be floating. I don't know about bounce. Yeah, hover definitely works. I don't know about bounce bar.
Because they can hover up and down. Bounce is...
Let's see.
Those are floating balls.
Yeah, those are definitely floating and spinning, my friend.
14. Send me the definition between bounce and hover and tell me that there's exact difference.
One of them creates friction. Anyway. I can tell you right now, I don't need to have Webster's right next to me. One of those creates friction. Anyway, but no, you're right. We have rotating orbs. It looks like it's kind of just a visual aspect, right?
Yeah.
But the first thing that I want to point out, and shout out to Stranger in the chat, we're seeing coming off of red buff to the corner of a jungle, or what we're assuming is red buff. Let me say that specifically.
Yeah, no, it is red buff because the next shot is blue buff.
Okay, so what we're assuming is red buff here. And if you're coming off of red buff and go all the way to the far right, that should be your outer lane. Why does it look like there's a jungle camp so close to that outer lane? Does that mean that the jungle camps are in a different position now?
Or they opened up that third one that they closed off a while back.
Well, but the one that was closed off was behind the shot towards the inhib. This looks like it's towards the prime pit or towards the raptor pit or whatever, but it's more centralized as opposed to closer to mid lane.
Right.
Because this is literally right by the, or either that or they changed the angle of the stairs so it's actually more directed towards prime pit itself instead of just those stairs shooting off to the side towards that jungle entrance.
I don't know if there's some psychology to it, but there's also a red tree that's smack right.
Correct.
Yeah.
I hope that's a visual foliage indicator to let you know, hey, red trees, this is red camp. Blue trees,
It's not.
then that's I hate it.
Because next shot, I have
Yeah,
I have
blue buff.
camp set
Blue
up.
buff. It has a same red tree, like or a purple tree or whatever you want to call it. Is
Okay, so it's just extra foliage, a change of foliage. Regardless, it's actually nice. I dig that like albino tree with the red leaves on it compared to just normal
birch tree. It's not an albino
Thank you.
tree. You weird.
I don't know about nature.
Or like,
A birch tree, bro. I'm in Florida. We got palm trees and sand, bro. What do you mean a birch tree? I've never heard of the word birch in my life.
you need that Webster's now.
Yeah, now I need Webster's. Shit, let me go find that bitch. But yeah, we clearly see almost like a redesign of at least the visual of the jungle here, right? Like the walls look a little bit more unique. It definitely looks like there might be a jungle camp. Yeah, like if you said Espada was the one doing this?
Yeah, Espada, and then the other dude who
The No Mercy that's no longer with the team?
Ruben.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ruben, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, is that the same person?
I believe so.
Okay.
When I say one, they refer to the other. I think so.
I gotcha.
Why not both?
So in general, let's just generalize here. Whoever worked on this map in general, whether it was beginning, mid, end, looks dope. Quite frankly, yeah, I still heavily believe that's a camp. But then, as you mentioned, in the next upcoming frame that they show, we see the blue camp. But now we see that there's stairs that you can climb over. Not just the one-way stairs towards your inhib. You can climb over those stairs and go towards the lane if we want.
Rumble look too.
Yeah,
That is
looks
cool.
good too.
If the crumble stairs wasn't there, I don't think a lot of people would know that you can go over it. The stairs is a good indicator.
Yeah, like actual, like a little chunk that's actually stairs.
Yeah.
It's a universal language of, hey, look, stairs. I can walk on these.
Steppy.
And also, Jamson, we're gonna need to do something about Muriel's outfit here. Just saying.
Right? Like, yo, why don't we have a Master Muriel in this clip? Anyway, moving forward.
As a ADC main, I don't juggle very often. Is that the exact same blue buff? I mean, I know it's always been a flying bug, but it almost looks like the colors are different to it.
Yeah. It looks.
His stomach might be going a little bit more, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Like,
He said it looks tropical. Get me out.
No, I mean, like seriously,
That's a Florida bug. I know what those look like. Yep.
I
Yep.
feel like it's got brighter colors to it, though.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like
Maybe like OP Buff did. They probably emphasize it.
I mean, that's a good point because I definitely see like the stomach is like hardcore glowing. I don't know if that's something that was there before. I might have never paid attention. But it definitely also seems like the
wings.
Yeah, the
Like,
wings definitely look a little bit more.
into a gold almost.
Yep.
Like I feel like there's a little more crisp color to it.
If that is a subtle touch that they added, I welcome it. Because it's just little details like that. Like when you look at it, it's like,
Definitely.
oh, that bug looks pretty dope instead of just a blue bug. You feel me?
Tropical bugs OP.
Yes. And don't mess with those tropical bugs. Now,
Palmetto bug.
palmetto bugs. Now
Also, here's another thing, though.
Have you guys
Look
seen
at-
Mangoose in chat? I haven't seen Mangoose in chat.
Look at the fog wall. You guys notice that?
Yeah, it's
the red fog wall.
Yep, it's a
Orange,
different. It's not just the purple.
So we actually brought this up in last week's original
sorry,
phase video.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. It's okay. Watch these sometime.
Yeah.
Uh,
Watch them occasionally.
we actually brought it up that the fog walls are color coded depending on what side you're on, whether it's dawn or dusk.
oh,
And that the neutral fog walls, for example, if you go to mid lane, right in between the red fog wall and the blue fog wall is going to be a clear fog wall. Right in between those, both of those, showing you it's a neutral entrance, so to speak. So it's definitely a cool spot. I'll be honest, I like the foliage. Like even though we see foliage for a good chunk of these little teasers here, but just having the canopy over you, having the trees, the red. I would love it if it color matched, like blue on blue side, red on red side. That's for future reference, you know, who knows? That's just nitpicking, but it really, really does look dope. And even this following shot that I'm showing here of Twin Shot going through what to me at least looks like the solo lane. This is a solo lane Twin Blast. Shame on him. He's just walking right by where.
Slow lane.
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna
that
stop
looks
you right
like
there.
gold buff.
So I'll tell you what, that ring is yellow, so it could be gold.
Yep.
Uh,
which would
Go ahead.
which would tell you that gold buff is
Got flipped.
in a new spot.
It might have got flipped, or quite frankly, I don't hold it past SMS. Maybe they were like, maybe we don't want green. Let's make this a highlighter yellow. So
I mean, they could have changed how Raptor Pit looks and made it more possibly like it is for
like OG Raptor. Yep.
Yeah, they could have changed it to that, and thus changing gold buff to, I guess, mirror where green buff would be.
There's also another Omnicron in this shot.
Yes. Oh, actually, yeah, Unicron, bro. Get your Transformers straight.
So
I actually do like the structures there, by the way. I know y'all have been trolling me about the Unicron bullshit since last week. If y'all don't know what Unicron is, it's a Transformers.
Oh yeah,
Look that bitch up.
My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Omnicron's the new latest variant of the virus. My bad.
Megatron.
Maybe it's Omnicorn. Actually, I don't know.
Anyway,
speaking of structures, me and Bear
Yeah, go ahead.
all the time when we play, we always try to find odd place like walls hanging off weird things. And in this Twin Shot where those rocks are like limping over to the side, I know it's not an important thing at least at this moment, but I always find those very strange. Me and Bear to find so many. Like, why is this?
yeah, it looks like an arch that just fucking fell, basically. Like, so it's leftover.
Gorilla glue. That shit is insane.
What the fuck? Yes. Okay.
So what you're saying is overprime. Gosh, wrong game.
The
you're saying is-
gods found
Or Prime went and glued that up there. Is what you're saying?
maybe, or Unicron before they turned into a statue.
or maybe they're on gold side, which would be the Raptor, and he tripped. It's pretty big.
Well, what's the Raptor's name? Is it Richard?
Reggie.
Nah.
Reggie.
Well, they're planning on getting rid of Reggie eventually, but it might still be Reggie for now. Yeah.
Getting rid
so
of
then,
Reggie as in the name, or getting rid of Reggie as in the
The name.
actual Raptor.
well, the name and the Raptor, I'm pretty sure I heard somebody at one point saying that they eventually like Reggie the Raptor was a good community event, but they weren't necessarily too fulfilled with Reggie the Raptor, right? So I'm not 100% sure if it was a name or if it was an actual, like, hey, they want to get rid of the Raptor and put another asset in there. But I don't think Reginald is supposed to be the final fucking name for whatever the hell that is. So then we see the Prime Pit. I see a lot that I like here. Tell me what you guys see.
It's beautiful, dude. It's sick
So-
in there.
So the first thing I noticed was obviously the purple, but the head of the Stone Prime above actual prime itself.
Oh shit! I missed that the first time.
What made me think the twin shot was in Raptor Pit, Windu, if you're able to go back, it's a little hard to see, but directly where twins facing, it looked like it could be a Raptor imprint on the wall.
Like a raptor on the wall pointing. Okay, I see that. Like the little weird looking raptor chin. Okay.
Yeah, and I think
I see that.
I tied in the emphasis with the red orb floating to, hey, this is red buff.
Just giving you a visual indicator of the area besides seeing the buff itself.
Were you seeing the raptor?
Right here where the mouse is circling right now. It looks like a raptor face against the wall almost.
It's not the cleanest shot, but just possibilities.
Interesting. Okay.
Which, going off, Raptor Pit thing here, there's one entrance because now this back entrance
It's sealed.
So Raptor Pit is now probably going to be very similar to Prime Pit, to where there is
high committing.
Escape. Now, high committing, exactly. So the duo lane, they're able to just kind of sneak in, grab gold, grab Raptor, probably steal blue buff because that's what they always do, or the light blue buff,
cyan buff.
Yep, and be on their merry way. Now it is a full team commitment in order to take Raptor.
Right.
Or at least a commitment of those people that went for it. It's like, yeah, us two can do it. Hey, don't get caught in there, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, also, is it me or is this prime shot? Is there more of a steep angle falling down?
Yeah, goes down.
Yeah.
Where beforehand it was more of a slant, I felt. Now there's actual steps, like almost giving you that sinking verticality, making you feel like, yeah, we're deep in this bitch. You feel me?
This is a actual prime pit.
Kitty, no, you cannot have my sub.
What the hell?
I will say that purple and that red do bounce off each other really well.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Wouldn't even know about that.
Negative.
So about the what? As the guy that always does purple bullshit.
And never red.
It's red right now. Look behind you.
Yellow.
It literally was red.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Call him out.
What's on your shirt right now? Purple and a purple P and a red R? Is that what that is?
No, that's just the Tostino's pizza roll fucking with your eyes, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, I like this. I like how what we saw in the phase video that you knew you're running by or Prime Pit because of for the new people. I'm saying
it was purple glowing. Yeah.
Outside, you knew that, like, what side, like you could run through jungle, like, all right, what side am I on? Like, oh wait, that's purple. I'm on this side. I need, whatever, like, it'd be cool if they kind of had something to kind of show that glow, because we know, like, if you look at the map, you got the yellow, little orb on the map is Raptor, and the purple orb is Orb Prime, right? So it'd be cool if they had like kind of like yellow lights, maybe, and maybe they do, but we didn't see him in that when Twin Blast was running through there, or as everybody keeps calling him Twin Shot. I don't know if we're talking about a different game now or whatever, but as he's running through there, we didn't see any lighting to kind of show that. So maybe it does. They just haven't seen it with what we've seen.
But at the same time,
I would like to see that.
Yeah. So Orb Prime is kind of magical. You could assume, glowing purple stuff like that. Dinosaurs all old and ancient, so if there was a lot of like golden lights and fluorescent things going on there, that wouldn't really atone to a raptor, in my opinion, at least, just thinking about big dinosaur guy. I wouldn't really want a magical raptor. When I think of a raptor, I think of like some old thing or Jurassic Park, but yeah,
you throw some respect at Reginald, sir.
I know. I just wouldn't assume there'd be a lot of lighting in a raptor pit, compared to some.
I'm not saying the lighting on the inside. I'm not talking about lighting on the inside. I'm talking about lighting on the outside to let you know an indicator for somebody who's new, to let them know what side of the map they're on right now. If they're running through the river like Twin Blast is here, as you see on the picture, on the screen right now.
Yeah, on the phase video, seeing that area was overall glowing purple was a cool look.
On the outside of
quite frankly.
on the outside of Orb Prime, you could see a purple hue on the wall. You knew you hinted that we were thinking, we talked about that. We're like, all right, we're probably thinking this Orb Prime. And then all of a sudden you watch this video and like that confirmed that's Orb Pit, right?
I'll be real. How about just make it, if that is a raptor head on the wall, make the eyes glow yellow.
There you go. Well, they're not magical though. You know, they're old and ancient.
Yep. Dinosaurs. Dude. Dinosaurs.
Hey man, old and ancient can have yellow eyes. Anyway. Yeah. But
Did you look in a mirror?
What if the raptor
I got
had
purple
jaws?
eyes.
It would have yellow eyes.
I mean, Prime has red eyes, so get at me.
He's magic.
Magical.
Magical. All right, now this there's menu UI. Now we've seen a concept in the past, right? Not an actual working version of it. We've seen a concept in the past. It was all subject to change, etc. Based off of what we see now, what do you guys see?
I see Balix level 1, scrub, play your own game.
No friends.
No friends. Rip.
Classic. One friend, probably.
One friend offline. Rip.
Smurf account.
Yeah.
It looks like they changed the icon for matter.
Could matter.
Interesting.
They changed, yeah.
You talking about the okay?
The blue.
The blue
icon.
Yeah.
get at the
Yep.
end of every game.
The coins look like a shield now. Is there a reason for that? Do we know?
No.
Because those coins almost look like a door now.
Yeah.
I don't know about
squares and circles, just a little something extra.
I think it looks
Man,
like
Way
maybe.
to your
I think
wallet
the
into
coins
game.
actually
can't wait to your wallet.
they look like loot crates actually.
Okay.
That's definitely not what I thought. I just thought of a door, but all right.
What I'm seeing though with this is that weekly challenge. Season pass holders receive extra avatar mark award,
Yep.
hinting
towards another season pass coming soon.
Oh.
Hinting at maybe more avatars coming.
There's also one.
Because I doubt they're gonna give
Was there?
avatar mark rewards and leave only the same avatar. It'd be cool if they added more avatars, like, you know, from the art department, because I'm sure the art department's been fucking ramping up shit for the past 6 months.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I would assume, you know.
It's like, hey, I'm bored. I'm just gonna sketch one thing out.
Right. And as more heroes and stuff come in too, you know, obviously there's going to be more avatars with it, but
I don't think there's an avatar for all the heroes that are in game right now. Actually,
One thing I gotta say though is, Balix, you need to update your game. All right, this is 13.8. We're on 13.13 already. Come on, dude.
Where do you see 13.8? Because I see at the bottom 14.
left.
Top left, 13.8. View the latest changes to fault.
Okay, so that update section definitely hasn't changed. But on the bottom left, you see 0.14.0 development.
Yeah.
Main menu shows what looks like to be a chat option now. Yes, that's what we were talking about before with the little options. Before,
top
like,
Maybe being able to chat with people in your lobby or chat with friends. Who knows?
So they moved that from the bottom right up there, and then I think at the far right, the three lines, those would be like settings and all that.
so Odo says watch tab. There's a clock on their top right there. What is that?
Oh, there's a watch
Top-
tab next to
No, bro. The clock is watch later. That's YouTube, bro.
that's for YouTube.
Yo, you don't use YouTube, my dude? Yikes.
Oh, no,
That's YouTube.
You're dismissed.
Fuck no, I don't use.
Come on.
And even I felt
No. But they're saying there's a watch tab in this picture, like, and
Next to learn, I see it.
and for the majority of the community, there is no watch tab next to learn in general, right? So that's a great question. I heard somebody mentioning to me that they thought it was confirmed that a replay system was coming with 14, and I was like, well, nothing's been said. Like, it's just an assumption based off of the watch tab, right? So take it with a grain of salt. Who knows if there might be a replay system or not? But just because there was a watch tab in there, it might just be future proofing. Because who knows? What if people go to click on it and it's like, oh, will be available at a later date? They just have the page there. You feel me?
Or it just has a link to Bearded Wolverine.
because
Go follow.
Just going over like the semantics of just like a replay system, you're gonna need a lot more server room to hold all of those files, just even temporarily for like, say,
That's a lot of storage.
like a 3-day period of like, hey, you played a game 3 days ago, you can save it, and then that creates even more, hey, I need to hold this file, like back with Paragon, where you could look up your old games after a certain amount of time has passed. So if they did something like that, either way, they're going to need a lot more server room than what they possibly have now. I don't know their situation though.
I'm with Pappy. In the meantime, until they get a replay system going, just grab Twitch API and have the top Twitch streamers for Fault listed on there and give partners priority. So partners are always on top. And then after partners, it goes based off of viewers. I don't mind it. That's a very simplistic thing to do. We've seen websites like Fault Metrics implement things like that. So,
but then aren't they almost gonna have to have like a deal with Twitch and stuff then too?
No, they could just grab the Twitch API. That's like public information.
Gotcha.
Now on the next screen, oh, go ahead.
There's a new type of challenge, a win of the day, which we don't really have. We have daily challenges, but not a win of the day. And like there's a different type of daily challenge, like kill raptors 4 times. I don't think I've ever had a challenge like that.
Yeah,
I've had it.
I've had
that.
You have?
It exists. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
I've had all those.
but you never seen a win of the day type of thing, right?
No.
No,
the
win
days.
of the day. That's new.
Okay.
does that just mean win one match today? Probably.
Yes.
Very simplistic.
Yeah.
It would probably encourage people to get on a daily basis and be like, yo,
Yeah.
let me just get that win. Because I know that win of the day is juicy.
Tension going.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe it's. What if it's? I guess it might be worded differently, but what if it's something like kind of like an MVP situation? Like, what if you like had you were the MVP of that match or whatever, so you got the win of the day or whatever. Maybe it's their own way.
Oh, maybe.
That, So that's a challenge, a daily challenge. You get win of the day or whatever. You become I don't know. However that works out. Maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, because they have the system in place to where, oh, hey, you can report a player or mute a player. I don't think it would be hard to, at the end of a game,
Give credit.
add a vote, like, good job, good teammate. It doesn't seem that hard. Granted, I am terrible with coding.
I definitely feel like that would
How hard it
qualify
actually
more
is,
for like
but-
MVP instead of win of the day,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just saying something along that lines. Maybe it's something similar to that. Pappy says last played Heroes tab looks pretty cool. I'm just wondering, would you have would it be filled with Richters the whole time, or would it just be one Richter if that's
only one Richter? One Richter and then just dust piling on the side.
I think it would be nice given a percent of like how many matches you've played with said character, and like going to like the learn tab. Hey, you've played X amount of games with this character and you need Y more until you reach that next mastery. So that would be good to put in like the learn or possibly the store.
Yeah, somebody brought up a great point. Learn tab definitely needs to have aspects in there for people to read and learn
Yes.
instead of at the beginning of the match. But I like what I see. And the fact that they have solo PvE and then co-op PvE. The video explains that you could still what you could do with each of those. So I do like that. I am curious as to individuals that don't watch the video and just go straight into the game. Are they going to think that, oh, if I want to play with my friends in co-op, we have to go into co-op PvE? Because that's co-op, that's not solo. You feel me?
Yeah, so I did get explanation when I asked about that. With solo, and please correct me if I'm wrong if the SMS people are in chat. With solo, it fills in your team with bots. So I believe you can still grab a friend or two, do the solo PvE, and everyone else on your team is bots,
Correct.
including the enemy team. Whereas
Yes.
co-op, you're with other humans on your team, and then the enemy is AI. So you can, either one, I believe you can make sure you're grouping with friends.
Correct. And even the video says it. I just wish that there was a visual indicator on the screen, because people that don't watch the video are not going to know. They can go into solo PvE with their friends, or like with one other friend, for example, if they want to coach.
Let me understand this, because I'm confused right now.
Sorry.
So, no, you're good. It gives more meaning to what Windu is saying and how it needs to be explained a little bit better. Co-op PvE, if I can go into that, right? Just me by myself, I click co-op PvE, I'm going to get 4 randos on my team.
Correct.
To play against AI computer or the opponents, right?
Correct.
If I click, but I can go into co-op PvE with a teammate. Me and Menace can go there. We're going to get 3 other actual players against AI. But if me and Menace only want to go against AI and have AI teammates, we have to do solo PvE.
Correct.
Okay.
Which I wish it wouldn't call, like, how do you guys feel if it were called like squad PvE instead of solo and co-op? Because solo and co-op, like the word solo literally means by yourself. People aren't going to think, like, for example, Bearded and Mangoose can hop into solo and fill the rest of their team with AI. Like the average player is going to be like, there's 2 of us. Guess we got to go co-op. Guess we can't solo. I really wish we could just only the 2 of us versus AI. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't work that way. I don't know.
The word solo doesn't fit in that scenario, but
it doesn't just say solo. Take solo out of it. Just put a PvE and then put co-op PvE. I think
that would work. Because
I mean, if
it's like Balik says, co-op matchmakes and tries to find other players on your team. Solo doesn't matchmake. It's just whatever players you got. That's what goes in there.
Yeah, if it works like you were saying a little bit earlier, where it's just like, oh, I have a friend, but I want to do just us 2. Like, say you're running a duo lane, you're trying to work with a new carry. Say you're getting a team together. It's like, okay, I'm not familiar how you play support or you play carry. Let's hop in. If it locked you out, that means you would have to go to co-op. But since there's 2 of you, it doesn't lock out solo. So that means, okay, we just focus on just our lane. We don't have to focus on anything else because bots are bots. They'll do bot things. If that makes sense. Or if I explain that okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I just think it should be a little bit clearer. Right? Because for example, like Meek said in the chat, it doesn't have to be that complicated. And it's not the fact that it's that complicated. It's just that the average new player isn't going to look at solo PvE and think, yeah, I can play with my friends in that game mode. And it just has to be simplistic, right? And the word solo does not promote other players. It's literally that simple.
A lot of this AI mode is created to help limit the toxicity. So if you go to co-op and you're trying to learn the game and you got other people in co-op just trying to play against AI matches, and this person is literally trying to learn the game and you have these other people playing it and they start flaming that person they're trying to play it, that just breeds more toxicity. But if that person and their friend they knew that solo PvE, they were able to do that and they didn't see this video, it would be, it's something that something that's going to explain it to, and then you won't have that toxicity happening.
Yeah, I mean, even just putting instead of solo PvE, squad only PvE. You feel me? It's literally just a word, and that changes the perspective. But let's focus on the next scene here. So then we see just Gadget playing against an AI Dawn Gideon. But there's one thing in here that I particularly like. I want to hear what you guys have to think about this specific gadget clip.
Leia dying. Just
No,
running
that's
right
not.
into
That's
that alt.
not
Just
what I was focusing on.
running right into that alt. Just-
Not what I was focusing on at all.
And now you got me looking. Ooh, wait, I might see it.
Is it the area of effect? Or that ring?
I'm holding. I'm gonna let everybody guess.
It was always there.
Oh, I guess I never noticed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just say it. Is it the far left? What do you call that? The passive, like little heads up thing? Poke collector and juggernaut.
That's one of them. One of the things on this screen that's worth looking at. What the hell's Pelt Collector and Juggernaut, guys?
Well,
Wait.
Juggernaut, doesn't that already exist in Pelt Collector? That's definitely new. I thought Juggernaut
No.
was seen before.
No, Pelt Collector, Juggernaut don't exist as passives, aspects, nothing so far.
Wait, hold on. What is gadget?
Yeah, why is Gadget jungling?
Affliction.
That's what I want to talk about right now, dude. All right, no wonder this is a
The Ed recommend this to somebody.
Oh, low key, is this that gameplay?
Yeah, those could be like someone mentioned earlier.
Oh, my girl has a smite.
aspects, and
Maybe.
those could be the reworked names. So Pelt Collector could be
Definitely sounds
the
some
new
coin
Beast
based.
Hunter.
Maybe.
The new Beast Hunter, like you're collecting pelts from the jungle. Juggernaut could be
Sounds like a tank.
Yeah,
Tank item, like Rook, maybe? Instead of Rook. Maybe they're, who knows, but Titan, Rook. Yeah.
A new Juggernaut instead of Titan.
Maybe they're going away from chest names per se, but that is one of the things. Good eye. What else do you see?
Yeah, I missed that completely.
Let's see. Let's look at this mini map.
Okay, so there's still 2 red jungle and 2 blue jungle camps.
That hasn't changed.
That raptor on the mini maps still looks like 2 openings.
Yeah.
So I will say,
It could
This-
be possible they used the old map overlaid just to not fully give away the new map look, so that people don't overanalyze it like we are.
I don't disagree with you. I think this is the old map design, because if we saw what could be a yellow buff facing outward towards the lane, in this mini map we see it facing inward. So it either means what we were looking at was green buff, or this is the wrong mini map. This is literally just gameplay in the current map that's been just a little bit of updating.
If you also look at the blue side, just above the blue marker in the jungle, it's one solid piece. Whereas in the new map, you've got that little crease where you can walk over it.
Confirmed, it is the old mini map. Look at that mini map though, and look at a better spot right here. I think you can see it. It looks like there's a dark border, almost like how you could see that the old mini map. It looks like they put it like over top, like it's like like almost a shadow of the other one that's a little bit bigger. But
Yeah.
we knew you'd be going frame by frame.
Yeah, because even up where the Murdock marker is on the left side of it, right where that tower is, you can tell that's cut off a little bit.
I will say the texture on the walls and that foliage stands up. I'm pretty sure we all seen that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
that wall more depth to it.
It also looks like the gadget's health bar is off to the side a bit more rather than directly above her head.
Well, there's an off to the side option in the settings that you can toggle.
Yep.
But actually,
I haven't used it.
you're good. But first of all, did you guys know that when minions die, they shoot coins 7 feet up into the air?
Wait, what? I didn't see any minis die.
Right there in front, yeah. There's like something.
It's paused. There's 37 coins shooting like 7 foot up in the air.
Okay.
Right?
I like that though. That reminds me of Paragon.
Yeah.
When you killed a minion, you had those little orange orbs that would like float into you. and that would let you know you got like
So
the
the-
XP from that.
There currently is already an animation of the swords. I just want to point out that it might be a little bit exaggerated now, like making it a little bit more obvious, right? Shout out to Leia over there having the SMS clan tag. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I know it's just like a specific thing with them, but definitely something that they should add. Change my mind. But I gotta say, one of my favorite parts is just the amount of glow that comes from that death. Like, you feel me? That death right there literally is a beacon of light that blinds almost the entire lane. It's momentarily, like it's exaggerated because we're pausing on it, right? But that's a lot.
It looks like a overused animation of the backing. Like when you back right now, you can see a light go up into the sky
Correct.
and then come back down. It looks like they're using that animation,
For deaths.
but yellow and for deaths, and obviously making it a lot brighter. In this case, at least.
Because that's a clear visual indicator. Like if somebody's on the other side of like an object or something, that you can see that verticality, but might not be able to see exactly what's going on. That yellow flash is a clear indicator. Like, oh, somebody just fucking died right there. Rip.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree with what Molo's saying. This is definitely easy ed gameplay because level 6 gadget.
Oh my god.
Gadget and no items bought. Like, how
They didn't want to
what's
show
going
off
on
any
there?
of the new stuff.
It's because I'm playing support and I haven't had to back yet, dude. And
With
Playing
affliction.
support, why are you buying affliction if you're playing support?
because I want Manama's back so bad, I'm just gonna buy the shit for it.
He said, "I'm just there to smite the camp. That's it, bro. Like smite gold."
Muzzle back.
But
Support, you have the smite card.
Yeah. Overall, though, I'm excited. I kind of don't like that they won't, put in the old mini map in there. They confirmed, Balix and Check confirmed they put the old mini map for this specific video just so we wouldn't sit there and analyze it.
it would have gave a lot away, though. It would have gave a lot away.
Man,
The actual.
us as partners, we have mini map blockers available to us. I'm just saying that could have been done.
Oh me.
Poor guy. But no, so they also mentioned officially, this has been mentioned in the past, but some people weren't too sure. You can't go into custom PvP you can't go into PvP public matches until you've reached at least level 5 as a new player. Relatively easy to achieve level 5, but officially confirmed, you gotta at least reach that level. So I'm a-okay with that. I don't know about you guys. Do you guys feel any specific way about that?
I almost think that it might be too low. I almost think you might not learn enough in five levels.
Yeah,
for new players, because you play one game, you instantly get level 1, or you level up or whatever, level 2 maybe, because then you start off at level 1, so you instantly level up to level 2, play one game.
I would think either 7 or 10, because you're most likely going to be shown, hey, choose this character, go to this lane. With, say, 5 games, 5, maybe 6 games, you're not trying out any other different roles if you're just playing those bot matches. Giving it to level 10, it's like, okay, I don't want to play this mid character that they recommended anymore. Let me try something else. Let me see if there's room to enjoy this character or this one. Like, go dual lane. Do I like that? Do I like being solo and just beating down the AI? Or do I like jungling and just minding my own business, not giving a fuck about what anyone else is doing?
Yeah,
Shade throwing at junglers right there.
yeah, I don't know, because I'll be honest, like, when's the last time any of us were level 5? You feel me?
Last time I made a Smurf.
So yesterday.
Okay, so Ed, enlighten us. How long does it take you currently to get to level 5?
Well, I'm like really good at the game, so like 3 games. But no, okay. To play devil's advocate on that. So
Go ahead.
now going to level 10 let's say that was the thing there. Every game you play is gonna be half hour, 45 minutes realistically, especially if you're learning the game. You're probably gonna have a general understanding of it, but you're not gonna be an all-star kind of a thing. But let's say you go to level 10 with that and it takes you 45 minutes a game. Do you really want to play a game for 7 hours before you are able to play live? Like if you're playing a game for even 6 hours or 5 hours or whatever the case may be, you're going to have a pretty good understanding of how the game works before you go into it.
Yeah.
Being level 5, you're okay. You should have an idea of how to play the game.
I feel like by level 5, you should have the choice to go PvP or not, because they might go to PvP and get their shit wrecked and they'll be like, yeah, back to bots for me.
Yeah, and then you can just go back to bots, whatever. Yeah, it gives you the option for sure.
I think maybe doing a tutorial game of each lane of each role, be like, hey, this is how you do this role, this role, this role, this role, and then let them go into PvP. Like, give them the option to choose what they like. Because I've played so many games where it's just like, hey, here's how you do this with this gun. And then it's like, oh yeah, you can try this other stuff, but we want you to start learning on this. So it's just like you get shoehorned into a certain area and play style. It's like there's no real room to grow. And I feel like that to me as a teacher, trying to teach people how to play the game, it doesn't sit well with me.
You said shoehorn. I mean, I'm older. I know what it is, but I don't think a lot of people even know what a shoehorn even is.
What are you with?
Really? That's the part you latch on to?
100% what he focused on, and that's his hat, bro. Somebody redeemed in the chat. Blah blah blah. He does that.
Oh, it's a complete fucking mask.
That's a half a hat.
Okay.
This is a hat.
Oh my dude, I was just.
Come on, Mister. I don't need a Webster. You know the difference between a hat and a fuck. You know bounce and hover. You don't know the difference between a hat and a mask.
No comment. Anyway. So, yo mama. Anyway, tell me what you guys see here in this mural picture. I'm going to pause it. Do you guys notice anything specifically?
Is it full screen?
Can you expand that?
Oh,
sir?
I totally should expand it. Rip.
I noticed Windu just saying.
I noticed it didn't.
All right. But no, notice the almost a visual aesthetics when you're looking from this T2 down the lane. It has a very different, almost like a feel to it, right? We're totally going to ignore the green trees sticking out of the left wall, though. That's probably not something that's supposed to be there. Might get changed later. Yeah, there's trees sticking through that wall. But
Mariel's thong, but it's fine.
Whoa.
PG-13.
No.
It almost seems like the lane looks a little wider to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there is grass down the direct middle. So, and you can see
It's a two-track.
the allied minions going down the leftmost path. Could it be the enemy minions go on the other side of that, in between the towers?
Also, is it me or on this left-hand side, is there now a mini platform for no reason? I mean, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The mini platform.
I wouldn't say for no reason. It adds verticality.
Vertical.
Yeah, by a foot. You're right.
That foot's gonna
I
save your life.
am 12
Yeah, it
foot
makes a
tall.
difference.
That's foot.
A melee can't walk up straight up to you for sure.
If that is a foot, I am 12 foot tall.
It's
Okay,
better than
I'm
the
just saying.
mountaintop that Paragon had in mid lane.
Yeah, where abilities couldn't even reach.
But yeah,
It's like, hey, I'm howling. I'm just gonna go all the way up, jump, use my ult, and then float for 10 hours.
But yeah, I really, really like the cleanliness that we can see as far as the core base, so to speak, where all the inhibs are at, where the spawn is at. Like, look at how clean that looks. That definitely looks very, very different.
Is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but are those pillars not there anymore? You know how, like, when you get to the inhibitors, you got the pillars on each side and you have the little.
No, they're still there.
Pillars, it looks different to me.
You can see the one on the left, and then you can see one on the right behind the Gideon portal, next to the wall.
So if you scroll back a little bit,
It still looks different to me, though.
They're pretty neat.
Yeah, like right here, if you can
Confirm they are different. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it.
No, yeah, I mean the entire core area seems very, very different, right? But just showing here, you can see the red highlighted is one of the pillars, and then you can see another pillar in the second highlight. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
As far as on the stream, so both of your pillars are there. It's just the fact that your in between area, like the area that you used to be able to walk in between pillars, is now literally right here, right in between where the red is at, if that makes sense. It looks like there's still a little bit of a ledge that you can't necessarily just walk up to it.
Something else I noticed, and I don't think it's in our current state of the game, but with it being on Dawn's side, once Muriel approaches the tower, the red ring is there. And then back on the gadget clip, even though they were on Dusk, it was a blue lettering, or not lettering, but a blue ring that was around. Again, that whole the whole color.
yeah,
The edge of the tower was blue here.
The winner of the Gideon skin is proposing that red ring is to let you know that you're not able to, if you enter that, you're going to get hit. It'll turn. He's thinking that it turns green when you have minions under the tower, and you now have the ability to go in there. That is his
Red when the tower will shoot you, and then blue when it's your tower, maybe?
No, blue or green, or because we saw green, right?
We have seen green in the past,
We
yes.
saw green, right? So green is go. Like you were able to go inside the tower and attack the tower because there's minions under it, right? Your minions are there to take tower damage, so you can attack tower. Red is saying, hey, do not enter this because you will get hit by tower. There is no minions under this. It's almost like you stand there, you're waiting to see green so you can finally move. You know those times where you're trying to race the minions, like you sit there, wait for the minions to go under, and you think you timed it right and you got hit by the tower. Like, why did I get hit? It's almost like he's thinking that tower light is what's going to tell you the minion is
Maybe
close enough and you are able to get closer.
Maybe, but I do see on here, like right as the minions walk in, it stays red and then it just kind of changes.
Do they walk in? Because
To the next screen.
Catch it.
Like right as they're walking in, it looks like they're still red as it changes. So maybe that's just some visual trickery to prevent you from seeing the green and that change, right? So it's just like one of those things that you experience in game. Who knows?
Yeah, like Pappy says, maybe they're doing that Netflix movie
That
or
Squid Game?
or red light, green light. Yeah, Squid Game. Doing a little red light, green light.
Reverb is in the chat saying not final build. It's never final build, bro. That's beyond the point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway. I just overall, I'm still very, very pleased with the video. I think that they did a great job. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, they showed us plenty to look at that's new for those of us that are looking into stuff like that. They showed us plenty that just wasn't even obvious. You feel me? Like there's some stuff that was known, like for example, the whole level 5, you'll be able to do PvP and such. But there was a lot of people that quite frankly just didn't know, or they just weren't sure. You feel me? Even just simply explaining stuff like that is huge.
Multi-kill.
Desperation multi-kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's talking about on Greystone. At the edge of the Greystone screen, we also see the passives, Desperation and Multi-Kill. So again, that's going to go back to what we mentioned, that we already got confirmation that there were aspects being reworked, whether it was the actual effects or whether it was just simply the name, maybe the look of the aspects, the icons, who knows, right? But along with new items being added, we know for a fact that there's aspect changes. So that easily could be stacks of either or, TBH.
Passives.
Or passives, yeah.
Well, that's what I say. Either or, as far as passives or aspects. That's why I say either or. Bam. But no, guys. Let me ask you guys this, because this is a pretty damn good video, right? And over the past week, we've gotten several different social media posts as far as, you know, items, contests. What do you guys think we're going to see out of Strange Matters next?
The dev stream? Like, is that the answer you're looking for? Or are you thinking like what's going to come out of the next dev stream other than the patch? Or like what's the next thing they're going to add to the game? Or are you saying what's their next step towards 14?
Just in general, what do you think we're going to see out of them? Let's say like in the next week. Because in the next week is literally like up to patch 14. No, patch 14 is at the end of the week. What are we going to see in the next week besides the patch at the end?
Obviously, the remaining 3 items and what they are and what they're all about. Possibly a more in-depth look at the map. That might come along with the new or the last item that they tease. At least that's my hope, giving like an explanation like, hey, here's the new map, here's the jungle layouts, and then hopefully a time comparison from one side to the other of like how long it takes from the current map to the new map, because right now that's the whole main issue. Everyone can get from one side to the other so quick, and ganking is way too easy. So that's what I would like to see, at least.
Interesting.
For me, I would like to see a dedicated explanation for what the holdup was. That's something I personally would like to see. They don't got to get into the nitty-gritty.
I think that's wishful thinking. I think getting a dedicated explanation as to why it took so long is like asking the government to tell you what's really going on. You're just not gonna. It's not gonna happen. They're just gonna keep on.
Just give me the taxes that you know we owe.
They're literally just gonna be like, hey, let's focus on this. What do you?
That could be true.
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's wishful thinking. Ed, any details to add in there? You seem kind of pensive there.
I would love to see hops or a hat, but it's fine.
What about hops in a hat?
Oh God. Oh.
So
He's in double trouble.
did you say aside from items, or are those included as well?
You said
When you
anything.
ask what do we think
You
is
said
going to
anything.
happen?
Well, just in general, like 14 mentioned the 3 extra items.
I think we're going to see the items, right? Like 14 was saying. I think we're going to see those items, but we also we do have a hero that we got coming out. We guarantee we're getting Phase. We still have to see her kit. With all the heroes they've announced before, they've always announced they've always released their kit. So we still got to see Phase's kit. That's one thing we're going to see before we get the dev stream. Or maybe
I could see that. Like a picture, kind of like they did with Morgish.
Yeah, I would think
With
that's
all
going
of
to be in the dev stream.
Yeah, that
Maybe
seems
I could see that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be another hype up deal to get us to watch I mean, obviously we're all going to watch the dev stream already because we're just amped on patch
I don't
14.
think that's something that I guess it could be.
I
but
think
like,
obviously like this year is Phase is a giant aspect that they're adding to 14. So this is just they're saving all of the fun stuff for the dev stream. I mean, we're getting new items for 2
That
weeks
doesn't
leading
make
up to
sense
the
to me.
patch since the date came out. So we know phase is coming too. We'll get it during the dev stream. That's just what I
So-
think. I mean, I could be totally
No, and
wrong.
that's fine. I'm just saying, but like Morgesh was the huge thing for patch 12,
Yep.
right? And they still gave you her kit placard that we were able to go over her kit and read it.
The day before the
The
notes.
same thing with Decker. They did the same thing for Grimm. They did the same. All these heroes, they've given you that placard and let you go over what the kit was and talk about it. And we were able to discuss it like we are now. So why is it with 14 being the hugest patch that we've ever done? You got all this stuff we can go over in a dev stream. Why would you hold back the kit?
Yeah. We have a week. You know, they may
Right.
do
That's
it,
why I'm
they may
thinking you have
not.
plenty of time to
Yeah.
we got the items, we got the kit. That'll hold you off until the dev stream. Pretty
I mean,
much.
even if they release the actual kit, kind of like a mortgage picture, like they did before, like a day or two before, they easily on the dev stream could just go over that shit again in case somebody didn't see the picture. You feel me?
Just show it off.
They'll still have half an hour to talk about just her kit alone. Easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we all know Sylvan's going to talk about the kit and explain, because we're going to read the kit, right? Like we did with the other heroes. You read the kit and then you watch the dev stream and then Sylvan explains the reason behind why her, Q does this, why her E does this. This is what we were thinking here. That's like, that's what they've always done. And now if they change it up, that's fine because they've changed things up before. But I mean, that's what we're used to. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. If we don't, then it's something that they changed it up. We're good to go.
Yep. What could be cool too is they've had a lot of time. We obviously we all know they've had a hell of a long time working on a whole bunch of stuff leading up to 14. I think it would be kind of cool to maybe get a teaser of a new hero or something if that's coming up soon, whatever the case may be. Like if we were to get, a sneak peek into what's coming in the very near future again, or in the far future, whatever it is, or whatever is going to come next, I think that would be really cool to see either within the week from now until next Friday or in the dev stream itself. They might do something like that. I don't know.
Right. No, I got you.
Somebody in the chat said typically they do a dev stream 2 weeks before a big patch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a rip because we're already less than a week away.
Unless it gets delayed.
Let's hope not.
Oh, God.
Let's hope not.
Oh my God.
Sorry I said it.
Like,
Sorry I blew up. I take
There
it
will
back.
be more outrage.
You just gave
than
everybody so
Cyberpunk
much like deja vu,
2077.
bruh.
Yeah.
There will be more outrage than Cyberpunk if there is a delay. Like they have stated multiple times that they hate putting a date on something unless they know they can actually hit it.
You know what I'm actually curious about?
And Fresher did say in the Gen chat one day, yeah, it's getting delayed. Confirmed. That's who we are. It's pretty.
Yeah, I don't.
Obviously, in the trolling aspect, but yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know about those troll comments and shit like that. You feel me? But what I definitely want to see out of them, I don't know if we will. Probably doubtful in the next week. But I definitely want to see out of them is more video content.
Yeah.
Because TBH, whether it be something simplistic, whether it be something, informative like this, because this is both informative and kind of teasing, right? Whatever it may be, I would love to see more video content from them. I'd love to see them take advantage of YouTube, take advantage of the shorts, like we were mentioning. Like, as a growing game, to me, it just sounds ridiculous that they're not using the most used, or the second biggest search engine in the world is YouTube. The first one being actual Google. It's ridiculous to me that they are not going to take advantage of YouTube in every single way possible. Like, them posting this video was smart. They might not necessarily be 100% aware of what a premiere is, like we've talked about in the past. But for example, they posted the video. It's a minute 20, nothing too crazy. but it was very, very fucking good. And people looking at this game are going to know about the game. They're going to get informed about it, and they're going to get excited about it based off of what they see. I would love to see them doing more stuff like this, especially if they have a guy that his sole purpose is to make shit like this. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, yo, if your sole purpose is to make shit like this, give me one of these at least a month, right? Like, we need to have something dope. Upcoming event, cool. Twitch drops, cool. Let's make a video about it. Are we doing a winter event? Who knows? If we are, make a video about it. You feel me?
Right.
Just more video content, because even a video that's less than 60 seconds can be posted as a YouTube short. It can be posted on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of the above with zero problems as long as it's less than 60 seconds. I just think not using that marketing strategy is just a downfall. I think
Honestly,
they really, really should.
You could even back catalog all the heroes that are in game and do a 60-second clip of their kit, like how Paragon did with their heroes. Like, hey, here's this character. Here's how this ability works. This ability, this ability. Here's their ult. You kind of want to build this way. Have fun. Like, you could do that in 60 seconds for Fall. And I'm surprised someone hasn't done that already. Like, it's an easy market to get the word out, like, hey, here's the game, here's the gameplay of it. But then you put the personality behind it. You tell your friends, they're sharing it, like, wow, look at my friend who made this, did this. And yeah, it's marketing that they need to get on.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat asked, when does the setup contest end? We don't know.
That ends on the
No, it doesn't.
The
It
9th.
doesn't say it there. It doesn't say on it.
What do you mean?
It says
says
it
on
ends
there.
September 12th.
Ooh, are you looking
Well,
at the
it's-
same
it's-
giveaway post that I saw?
Yeah, it's because
There's a
in
typo.
Candyland they do the dates different than Freedomland. So yeah,
So where?
Well,
Okay, so hold on. Where do you see the dose?
Canada though.
Where do you see that? Where do you see the date on this post?
contest ends 9/12 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So they do day month. We do month.
Oh, I see it. Okay, so they're saying. Okay, so they actually replied to their own tweet saying contest ends 9/12, 11:59 EST. Import duties may apply.
Candyland does stuff all sorts of different, dude.
Yeah, I totally would have just had that on the main post, not on a comment belowhand, personally.
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, so
Is
if the
this
contest
drink purple
ends,
too?
are you talking about me?
Yeah, is your drink purple too?
Nah, bro. I went raspberry lemonade. Grape is over here. Chill the fuck out.
No.
Anyway. But no, so as we saw with the Gideon one, the contest ended and it took them like a week after, I want to say, to officially announce. So does that mean the contest is going to end on the 9th? The patch is going to come on the 10th. And then we'll find out about the contest winner probably in the next week sometime after. Am I wrong to assume that, right?
I would
Maybe.
honestly, I would think they would announce the winner in the dev stream. I think that'd be super cool. Or I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, if they do something like the day of the patch release, you know, maybe they'll do a showcase or something like that for it, like for the partners. That'd be pretty neat. But then, you know, they could announce the winners at that time or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I think announcing the dev stream would be a good way to do it. And we know it ends on the 9th, right? So if
Yep.
it ends on the 9th, I mean, the dev stream, I'm assuming, was going to be on the 9th or the 10th, somewhere around
No,
there.
I hope the dev stream is at least 48 hours before the 10th. I hope it's at
That's
least
true.
on like
Yeah,
the
I would
7th,
assume
personally.
Thursday. I would assume Thursday because, you know, then everyone's all going to be hyped up and everything. Lilo, shut the hell.
But if it's on Thursday, that's not 48 hours.
No, yeah, I would want Wednesday. I mean, who knows? At least in the past, Strange Matter has been we'll give you information on Tuesday sort of vibes, right? And we'll let that shit simmer. It would be cool if on Tuesday the 7th, they went in there, did the dev stream, and now we're giving you the 8th to think about it, the 9th to think about it, and then on the 10th, we release it. You feel me? That's how I think it should be done.
would they still push the patch around noon or 3 p.m. Eastern time like they have been?
That is an unknown question. Here's my thing. I hope that the patch is ready enough to where they have it scheduled, right? Complications can arise, etc. Let's say they aim for noon. Some shit happens. They hold it back. They let people know we're working. Whatever it may be, right? I hope the patch is ready enough to at least have a set time. But I would like to see on the 7th, dev stream. On the 8th, give me the phase kit with the picture. On the 9th, give me patch notes. And then on the
case for partners.
Yeah, and a showcase of the sorts or something like that. And then on the 10th, the patch releases. You feel me? Like, just time it out. They like, especially if they're saying that there is so much that we don't know about. They have plenty to be able to work with in this upcoming week. Considering the fact that they already have 3 items that they're more than likely going to tell us about. But in the next 7 days, 3 of those days, there goes your post, an item. You just got to figure out the next 4 days. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'll be honest, like, the closer we get to the 10th, am I the only one that's just getting more and more worried? Because the closer we get to the 10th, I'm just like, yeah, I hope nothing goes wrong. I hope that shit comes out smooth. I hope that shit doesn't get delayed. I hope, like, there's no problems. I hope there's no big bugs. Because, me, I like a lot of people. I want to see this game succeed. By all means.
Right.
Like, we want to see this game succeed. And it's like, I'm rooting for them for this patch to be a fucking hell of a patch.
Yeah,
But I got my fingers crossed.
I'm surprised they haven't let you partners like hop in at least yet, because like maybe a day or two before, obviously, to get that kind of footage going. I hope you guys find bugs and there's like, hey, this needs to be addressed immediately. But like
the bug aspect is for the tester side.
Yeah. That should be more focused on them.
Yeah. The partners are,
so if we find any bugs, we all know it's Easy Ed's fault for not doing his job because he's a tester.
He said true.
I was
not in 4K.
Yeah, I can confirm in the tester Discord, anything that goes bad is just my fucking fault anyway. So
completely your fault. Seb, that is not a shoot away.
I would say for me, for waiting as long as we did, I don't know if I can get any more worried than I had before. At this point, I don't know where I said it, but I said I'm going to keep my expectations low so I can't get disappointed, but I'm absolutely hoping for the best because I too do want the game to succeed. But that's where I stand, at least.
What's one more week, if it gets delayed? What's one more week?
Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas.
I go on vacation.
Break,
bro, let's hope not. No, don't even throw that bad juju out there, bro.
I'm gonna jinx it at this point. I'm gonna have a mob here.
I won't even be in the area. If it comes out,
population.
if it comes out,
I'm gonna clip that, and if it happens, we all strike at dawn.
I don't even like jinxing the game, bro. Chill.
Yeah, dude.
Windu, if it comes out while I'm in Florida, I am going to your house just to play it. Let you know right now.
You best stay the fuck outside because I'm gonna be on it. I'm not.
I paint a room or do whatever I got to do, put my part in the house, and then, I'm logging on.
I'll let you use my PlayStation to play. See how that goes for you.
You do got a dual PC setup. You just need another monitor. Oh wait,
bro, don't give this man ideas. He is not using my second computer to stream and play. Negative.
Hey, man, we could play right next to each other, like the good old days. You play
the good old days. The fuck?
Couch co-op.
LAN party. LAN party. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go.
I've never heard of couch co-op. What do you mean, Windu?
Honestly, I've always wanted to open up like a LAN cafe, like legitimately.
How do you reference something from 1999? In this episode, you know what a couch co-op is.
You guys are gonna start a fault con, and
I'm gonna just be real with you. I don't share my couch like that. Anyway. So it's Menace said I'll stay.
You could
But no, guys.
as a single child growing up.
Definitely not.
Ooh.
Rip. No, we just didn't get along. Anyhow. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Strange Matters. Let's go ahead and start wrapping up the Strange Matters boat here. Let's go down the list here, specifically this order: Easy, Ed, Menace, 14, Bearded, and then myself. Say something to the community as a little bit of tidbit, like from you to the community, words of wisdom.
Like fault related.
I mean, if you want to give life advice, sure. Like that's all you, bruh.
Talk to someone if you need to, and don't do drugs. It's been a tough 2 months for me with friends. So there's my life advice for you.
That's actually great advice. I'll joking aside. Great advice.
seriously.
Ed, we're here for you. Of course.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
And Menace? Oh, my bad. You were going to say something, Ed?
No, I'm good. Believe me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll DM you. Go ahead, Menace.
Okay, so my words of wisdom actually had one of my senior leaders tell me this today when I got an award. He said to me, "There's no such thing as perfection, but the pursuit of perfection is what makes you great."
I like it. Congrats on getting an award.
Appreciate it.
That shit
Sure,
needs to
congrats.
come by in the Navy. I know that.
Yep.
Me, I guess it would be, if you're prescribed meds, take them. Take care of yourself too.
Like
We want to
taking
watch
the
this
meds.
community grow. We don't want to lose one.
Okay.
I mean, if
That
that's
got-
what
that
we're,
got
if
heavy
that's what,
hard.
right, if that's what we're doing, we're gonna go with.
Yeah. Free dog. Hit me up, by the way. Shut up.
Windu's looking for a pet.
Nah, you're chilling. You're chilling. Bearded?
Don't get your hopes up, but never give up hope.
That's so fucking conflicting and hard in my brain. Don't get your hopes up and don't give up hope. Like those two.
But never give up hope.
Yeah, but it's a fucking seesaw, bro. Like I was like, yo, we're gonna like.
You gotta find that balance.
It's a
Gotta ride
balance.
that roller coaster.
Balance.
That is life.
It is
Hey
a
man,
balance.
as a chunky man, I found out a long time ago, balance is not your friend. Anyway, so
Tall and skinny. I don't know the struggles.
yeah, like, my 2 cents, fault related specifically, would just be just keep an open mind, right? Like we're all hoping for this patch. We're all hoping it's going to be amazing. We're hoping that shit's going to be mind blowing. But it's very easy for one's expectations to get too ahead of yourself. And next thing you know, something that was amazing is now because you hyped it up a little bit too much in your mind. So just keep an open mind for sure. And I 100% can relate with what Ed said a second ago. On a more of a personal side, just don't be afraid to reach out to people. Sometimes just having somebody to talk to goes a long way, for sure.
100%.
That shit does come in clutch, for sure.